Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Geeks the Roundtable. It's the best damn movie show on the internet. It's the best day of the week. It's a Saturday. All relax, all happy, no worries tonight. I've had my first vaccine. I realize you can't see that because the light is too bright. I've got new lighting here, which is a good thing, but I got my first shot. I'm feeling good. I'm guessing it's going to attack tomorrow, but of course, I'm not here alone. I'm here not only with you guys. Thank you so much for watching this, but I'm here as well with my co-host Zach Pope. How are you doing today, Zach?
I'm tired. I literally woke up less than 10 minutes ago, like always. But I'm
Did you
ready
have
to
coffee?
talk this. No, I don't drink coffee.
Oh, you don't?
I have a
I had
wedding
no
to
idea.
no. I have a wedding to go to today. Gonna go get
Oh,
pregame drunk around
nice.
1 o'clock. I'm gonna watch Suicide Squad while I get ready again, and I'm
Nice.
just I'm just ready for it. I'm just ready for it.
Sounds good, brother. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us to Movie Fan, Demonice and Scott, Luke Reviews. Luke Reviews and I are actually in a stable in a movie trivia thing that I'll let you guys know in a bit when my match starts coming up. I'll promote it. So pay attention to my Twitter if you don't, because we're gonna win that whole thing. But anyway, guys, you know how this works. First, we cover the news. We give you our weekly rankings, and then on the second half of the show, we go to your live questions. There are several ways of asking a question on this show. You guys can just type it in the chat. We'll do our best to get to them should they be appropriate for the show. Or if you want to support the show while you ask great questions, you can go down to the description and check the tip link I have there, or through super chat. And of course you don't have to do it, but if you can, if you want to, we'd really appreciate it. It always means a lot to us when you do support the show. All right, guys, let's get started with this, and Zach is gonna kick us off this week with his weekly ranking. So what do you got for us, Zach?
All right, coming down at the bottom is and I actually like this. I know you hated this movie. Don't Breathe 2.
I
Now let me say this.
I'll
I
let you in on a little secret though before you continue. It's not
Yeah.
my last. It's not my
Oh, okay.
last.
There you go. It's not my last either, and I enjoyed it for what it was. Like, it doesn't redeem him whatsoever. He's still. I literally say in my review, it's one shitty person fighting a bunch of other shitty people. That's
Yep,
all it is. And the
that's
only
very
redeeming
accurate.
quality of this whole entire story is you are just feeling bad for the girl. Like, that's
Yeah.
it. Um so it's entertaining on a B-level slasher thriller type thing. But it really never hits the heights of the first one. I gave it a decent review because it is a B-rated horror film. I had fun with it. I will probably never watch it again though. I don't think
Mhm.
it's forgettable. There's some nice kills in there. It's just my least favorite thing I watched this week. That's
Okay.
just how it goes. Next is The Bad Batch. It finally did its finale. I it should not have been 2 episodes. It should have just been an hour or like 40 minutes or something of that nature. I'm really curious to see what they do with season 2. I'll just say that. I liked this last episode, but
Okay.
I didn't love it. But I definitely need to see what they do with the next season. I will say this though. I remember when Omega came in, and I'm like, I like this character. I ended up loving her by this final episode. I thought she was fucking great.
Okay.
I think she was the best part of the final episode, and I think it really comes to show that she is the heart and soul of this, and definitely she will be the only member of the Bad Batch surviving by the end of this show. If they want to go down that dark path of killing everyone, which I think they kind of do eventually need to do. I think they needed to implement some stakes into this episode, and they didn't. Maybe next season. You know how Star Wars animated
Yeah.
shows go. I went back because I rewatched Rebels season 1 this week and the first season of Clone Wars. They're not great either. I mean, Rebels is definitely the best out of them, but they're not great either. So I gave Bad Batch a B overall for the season, but like I'm I need to see what season 2 is, because all these animated shows fucking suck the first season or are not great at all. And honestly, Bad Batch is the second weakest. Clone Wars is terrible. Clone Wars is god awful. Its first season's terrible. Um, so yeah, I'm not as mad about Bad Batch as I probably should have. Next is What If. What If it comes in second place. I really enjoyed Captain Carter's first episode. Very rushed in its execution. Probably should have been a little bit longer, but it was absolutely a blast. And guys, that was Gorath. Come on. It was Gorath. It was the giant octopus creature I love. And then, well, actually, no, sorry. I saw another thing, too. I saw Coda again, and I love it. My review came out. It's absolutely wonderful. It's delightful. It's everything you can imagine and more. If you have not seen it,
top 3 movies of the year for me.
You need to go see it. It's not in my top 10. I've seen a lot of good films this year, but no, it's in my top 20 though.
Okay.
I really love Coda. I want to watch it again. It's just so heartwarming, and I got to interview Troy, who plays the father of the movie, and I mean, honestly, the mother and the father should both be nominated when the Oscars come around. They both should be nominated.
And Amelia Jones too.
Yes. Wow. I mean, honestly, everyone. The brother's really good fucking too. So
he is.
Definitely go see Coda if you haven't. I really, really, really can't emphasize enough how perfect that film is. And my number 1 is The Suicide Squad. Saw it again. I don't care. I didn't review it. I didn't do anything. I saw it 2 more times this week, and it's my number 1.
All right, let's go with my weekly ranking. Coming in last place, Kissing Booth 3. I watched it. I have an OCD. I didn't want to review it ever, but I watched the other 2, so I had to put myself through this one. It's probably the best out of this trilogy, but like, it's not overall. It doesn't do anything new with these movies. It's just the same shit over and over again. It's just more tolerable.
Yeah.
Especially coming off of the second one, which was 2 hours and 15 minutes. Why? Yeah. Kissing Booth 3 comes in at last place easily.
You didn't review that, right?
No. I didn't want to review it. I just had this OCD. Like, I watched the other 2. I got to watch this one just to see how it ends out of more of curiosity.
I've seen both of the first 2, and I still just have no interest to watch the third.
You shouldn't. You shouldn't.
How long is it? The second one was like 2 hours. How long is this one?
The first one was 1 hour 45 because I checked as I was watching the third one. The second one is 2 hours 15. This one is like 1 hour 58 something. It's 2 hours, like rounded.
Oh, I thought you said 2 hours and 58. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
No.
Oh my god.
No.
You know what's funny? One of my friends
sir.
who's like this big buff badass. His top 10 movies of all time is the first Kissing Booth, isn't there?
Oh, Jesus.
And every time he tells me that, I'm like, I just want to smack you across the face. I get film is subjective, but give me a fucking break. And he's not joking either.
Yeah.
He literally told me, he goes, dude, you got to watch this movie. It's really good. It's one of my favorites of all time.
Dude, if he enjoys it, all the power to him. I wish I could enjoy these movies. I wish I could, because all the actors are talented.
But he thinks The Boys is boring.
Well, then he deserves a smack in the face, a Billy Butcher style smack to the face. All right, over the Kissing Booth 3, I have Don't Breathe 2. There's a review up on the channel right now. You can go check that out. It's the most fun I've had doing a review for a bad movie, for a movie I didn't like in a while. Just didn't work. I hate it the more and more I think about it. I think it's one of those movies. It's bad, but I think if you go into it and you've never seen the first one, it's honestly completely indifferent if you've seen or not. They vaguely refer to it once or twice.
That's the funny thing. Like, I feel like if someone went and saw this and never saw the first one, which, let me say this, the friend I took never saw the first one, and they loved it.
Ah, nice.
Because afterwards we left, and I told him what he did in the first one, and he goes, oh.
Exactly.
He goes, wow. I literally told him the whole entire scene, and he goes, Jesus Christ, what a shitty person. I said, yep.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a very frustrating film for me who loves the first one. I really do love that first Don't Breathe movie.
Same. All right. It's one of the best horror thrillers.
Over Don't Breathe, I'm going to put The Bad Batch. And there's a big difference. There's a big gap between Don't Breathe 2 and Bad Batch for me. Now it's over. As you can go check on the channel, I didn't review it even after the finale. I'm done. I'm tapping out on the Bad Batch. Not that I hate it.
You're not gonna watch it. Season 2.
You gotta tell me this is really fucking good. You gotta tell me it's the best thing Star Wars has done in a while, because I just don't care. Okay. I really don't care. I felt
my thumbnails for Bad Batch.
I felt nothing watching this finale. It didn't even feel like a finale. It feels like there's one more episode left to close out on this
should have
season.
been like the mid-season finale.
Yes. It's just, guys, I understand people who love it. I really do. I watch the show and I'm like, I get the people who
there's
love
a
this.
huge fan base for Bad Batch.
Yeah,
like,
I get
when
the
I'm
people
up
who
at
hate it
midnight,
too.
dude, and I'm on Twitter looking for who screenshotted a fucking photo, because that's how I find those damn images. There's so many people who are addicted to it. It's crazy.
And I get it. I get both sides. I'm just completely like that in the middle. I don't give a shit. I don't hate him. I don't love him. Love that first episode. I will always cherish that first hour of the Bad Batch.
Stuff too.
I'll even but I don't care. It's time for me to tap out and not waste 30 minutes of my life on Friday mornings. I could get done with Shaman King faster and sooner if I don't watch the Bad Batch. So I'm done with that.
So I have to tell you,
the Bad Batch.
So I have to be just as excited as Clone Wars Season 7 for you to watch. So
yes.
Okay.
Yes, for me
That's
to
not
give it a
gonna
try.
happen.
For me to give it's not.
I'll just how about this? I'll watch it and tell you what episodes to watch when it's over.
Okay.
And I'll be like, these are the
like
most important ones that tie into the overall Star Wars universe or some shit like that.
Okay.
Because I will say, and I'm just gonna get into spoilers, like if you're not watching Bad Batch, you don't care. That ending scene with the Camino, I mean, that's gonna tie into Rise easily. That's gonna tie into that fucking shit.
Yeah,
the cloning.
I
mean,
hope so.
There's two things now that we've seen in Star Wars shows. We've seen a Mandalorian hints of it, and we've seen now in this. They are literally hinting that they are rebuilding Palpatine, or having that like backup plan. So
true.
Cool.
All right. Over the Bad Batch a little bit, I just mentioned it, is Shaman King. I know a lot of you don't watch Shaman King, so I'm not going to...
It's finally on the Netflix in the United States.
Spoil. Up to the 13th episode. I'm watching it from Japan. I watched the 18th episode, came out this week. There was a big pause between because of the Olympics. And this week's episode disappointed me a little bit in the context that we had to wait 3 weeks and this is all a setup episode. When Shaman King is all the way out and you can just binge the entire show, this episode really flows with the rest of the show. It's just this one time since I watched it after a big break, like a 3-week break, it was kind of disappointing, but they do set up a lot of things properly and introduce a fan favorite character. Seen in my comments that a lot of people actually love this character. I did not know that, so I'm very happy that they finally brought him in. Over Shaman King, Stillwater. In fact, no, I'm going to put Stillwater next to Bad Batch because Stillwater was very messy, but Matt Damon gives a stellar performance. And the little girl in that film, who I've never seen in anything before, gives a stellar performance. Just the movie itself, the script is very broken. So Stillwater comes after Bad Batch, over Stillwater, Shaman King, and over Shaman King, the first episode of What If. Really like it, really enjoy it. I agree with what Zach said. And I already know in which position I'm putting next week's episode of What If. But we'll talk more What If when we get to our topic about What If. And since Zach did, I'm going to do it too.
There's a film that came out this week, but I think we both reviewed it last week. Free Guy.
Oh, yeah. I watched it again this week. It was a
Where would you put it at in this week's? I put it at my number 2.
I'd put it... it's tough with What If because I do have more love for What If, but I do recognize it might be a better told story in Free Guy. I'm going to put Free Guy in my number 2 then over What If, and then Coda is my number 1. I also reviewed it last week. One of the best movies of the year. I fucking love this movie. I adore it. I hope, like Zach, the parents get nominated, but especially Emilia Jones, the star.
This will be the first year that Apple really has a big contender, though. So if Apple wants to play that game, I mean, look what they did with Cherry. They did a really good job on Cherry, on marketing it, and then just once the reviews came out, they're like, look it, it's not gonna get nominated
for sure.
Which
I agree.
I will still contend that score from Henry Jackman. They should have pushed that harder. That's one of his best scores. Cherry's score was fucking great.
I like the
Cherry's
score.
was
I like
great.
the score a lot. All right, now that we're done with the weekly rankings, Zach, why don't you take us into our before we move on, there was someone who shared their weekly rankings, Jacob P, good friend of the show. Number 4, F9. It sucked. Spiral. It's better than the Saw sequels, but still, I don't agree with it. Well, It's not better than all the Saw sequels. What If Episode 1? Fine, but looking forward to the rest of the show. Number 1, Free Guy. I was surprised. I saw Gico EP post about how much he loved Free Guy, and I'm really happy because I know Gico EP was kind of skeptical going in, so I'm really happy it paid off for you, brother. All right, Zach, why don't you take us into the first topic?
Do you have an article for this one? Because I'm not that
I
versed
do.
in this. Okay. Can you send it in the private chat and click on it? Because there's a lot of information that goes into this, and like I did some research, but it's
I'll send you on Twitter because it's easier.
Okay.
Come on.
While you're doing that, I'm gonna go down what movies are coming out this week for everyone.
Yeah, no worries. I just sent you.
Perfect. So, guys, just so you guys know, also, we're going to start a new segment where we're going to go over real fast what movies are coming out this weekend, whether in the United States and the UK. And we want to hear your guys' what you guys want to see the most, if you can only see one thing. And as well, you know, Ren and me will also choose. So this week we have The Night House, which is a new horror film. Starring Rebecca Hall, has great reviews from Sundance. I missed it because I'm a baby and did not want to go to that.
Saw the trailer last night for the first time.
It looks good. It looks good.
It looks really good.
Yeah. Reminiscence is the film that I wish I could see, but it's the same night as another screener, and I decided to go to the other screener. Starring Rebecca Ferguson, Hugh Jackman, Thandie Newton, and of course directed by Lisa Joy. Really excited for this one. Paw Patrol the movie. Here. I weirdly want to see this. I've never seen anything Paw Patrol. People keep asking Ren to review it. Guys, let's keep asking him. Demonic.
It's out over here.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Demonic, Neil Blomkamp's new film with no buzz, and I know one person that's seen it. That's all I'll say. The Protégé, starring Michael Keaton, Maggie Q, and Samuel Jackson, directed by Martin Campbell. That's why I'm interested in this movie. Looks fun. And the last one is Sean Penn's brand new directed film, Flag Day. Now, this came out at Cannes to middling reviews, but the people who did like it enjoyed it a lot. And the people who didn't like it a lot. So, it's in the middle right there. It does seem like Sean Penn is interesting, but the reason I'm more interested in it is I think his daughter acts in it, if I'm not wrong. But Regina King's in it, Josh Brolin, nice. Sean Penn, of course. So, great cast. And
yeah,
I'm interested to see it. For sure.
For sure.
Out of all those, Ren, which one are you most excited for?
I gotta say Reminiscence. I'm a Hugh Jackman is one of my favorite actors working today.
That's Rebecca the reason I'm like, of course, actresses. Those two movies are the same night. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. I'm a huge fan of Lisa Joy because I love Westworld. And it's got the Nolan name also backing it up with Jonathan. And I just like the premise. It's a very Nolan-y premise.
Yeah. And I know people have seen it. I can't really like delve into it, but I've heard
I also went to check, and Night House also does come out this week in the UK. So thankfully I'll probably see it on Friday.
You should ask for a screener. They're doing links. They were doing links for it.
I'll see if I can get a contact then. But yeah, those are the two that really stand out to me in a good way. Absolute no interest in Paw Patrol. It's not like I'm against the existence.
Everyone keep commenting on his reviews, asking for Paw Patrol.
Please don't.
Do you want to know something?
Yeah.
That was me that commented.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
No, it wasn't. You wouldn't waste that much time, nor would you. Because like this person, no, it's not even to continue to harass me because it wasn't harassment. But this guy that kept asking for me to review Paw Patrol and the My Little Pony movie for some reason. This one person that has never commented on anything that I have done, so I don't know why they care if I review them or not. But instead, so they commented something, I reply, and then instead of them replying, they just posted an entirely new comment continuing the conversation. Which was completely off-putting, and like just it's so much easier to just go and reply to what I posted. But anyway, Zach, what's our first topic, my friend?
All right, so the first topic, a news article came out saying Marvel and DC faced backlash over pay. They sent a thank you note and $5,000 when the movie made over $1 billion. This is what a comic book creator happened.
And tickets to the premiere.
Yes, and tickets to a premiere. So watch any and this is from The Guardian. Watch any superhero movie and you will see credit along the lines of based by the comic book created by, and usually the name of the beloved or long dead writer or artist. But deep, deep, deep in the credits, you will also see a special thanks to a long roster of comic book talent. Most of them still alive, who work forms the skeleton and masculinity of the movies you just watched. The big two companies, Marvel and DC, may pretend they've tapped into some timeless part of the human psyche with the characters, but really they haven't. The Marvel Cinematic Universe has grossed over $20 billion plus, and these comic book creators get $5,000 and tickets to the premiere. As well as, I don't know if you saw this earlier, Ren, I think I shared it in the group. The Rocket Raccoon creator had a brain injury, and they had to do a GoFundMe to help him. How the hell is, you know what I mean? Like, when I read that, I was like, how is that even good? You know what I mean? Like, I get it on one side that, like, the creatives, like, given some interpretations of these characters in the movies are completely different, but it's still based on your character. So it's just interesting because, like, it's such a minute thing, and I think it's something that we've all known. And, like, yes, Stan Lee was a big part of Marvel, but he didn't create all these characters. I mean, he had a lot of help. There's comic book artists, there's writers, there's stuff like that. The thing that interests me the most on this topic was the fact of, okay, what were their deals when they made these characters? You know what I mean? What do you think?
So, I'm going to have a very controversial opinion on this. Zach, if I'm Marvel and you're a comic book creator, you come work for me, you write a Spider-Man story, and you create this original brand new enemy for Spider-Man called Praying Mantis Dude. That character, hear me out, if I'm Marvel in this scenario, that character, Zach, belongs to me. It does not belong to you. I pay your salary for you to come work for me to create that character in the comic, and that's it. So basically, I think it's a good deal if I ever work for Marvel and then suddenly when one of my characters shows up in a movie, I get out of nowhere for doing absolutely nothing for that movie, $5,000 plus tickets to the premiere. And I know these people probably don't care to go to the premiere, just important to me. But so let's take the premiere tickets out. $5,000 just out of nothing. Now, I think the example you gave of the Rocket Raccoon creator is a special case. It's an exception. Like, not everybody is dying. And I think that's an entirely different conversation that they could and they should have helped him. I just think that if you create something for a company, it belongs to that company. They don't have to give you $5,000.
No, and you're right on that. But I will say, I think this will change for the future now. Anyone who comes to write for Marvel or DC, you know, if they're a heavily proficient writer and their manager, you know, hey, Marvel wants you to come make the new Spider-Man book or Spider-Man comic or not even Spider-Man. It doesn't even have to be Spider-Man. It can be fucking anyone. I guarantee their managers are now making new deals for them because of the movie stuff. And just for the future, it's the same thing going on with Scarlett Johansson too. Any actor that comes to Disney and any of these markets, everyone's looking at this. There will always be something in their contract now that says if a pandemic or some crazy thing happens, this is what will go. Because in fact, it's not just that. There are many other places that aren't in the big news outlets that have been sued because of the pandemic stuff, because in their contracts, it never stated anything about a pandemic. In fact, let's look at San Diego Comic. I think it was, South by Southwest. Sorry, South by Southwest. They had to cancel their festival last year. Terrible, right? Awful pandemic, all this stuff. They didn't get any of their money back because their insurance does not cover pandemic. It covers weather.
Force majeure.
Nothing in their contracts had anything of that nature. So they lost out on like literally billions of dollars. That revenue would have came in. So that's why, like, South by Southwest was digital this year. Cool.
Yeah.
What will happen next year? Will there actually be a South by Southwest? That's the thing. For me, sad. I love South by Southwest, but it's also probably the worst film festival I've ever gone to. It's so fucking disorganized. Anyways, that's a completely different rant, but it's stuff like that that's happening now. And, with Scarlett Johansson, for instance, that going forward, there will always be something in the contract now for that. But for this, I think it's the same thing. Going forward, since comic book films are so prolific, no matter what it is, if I were to create a comic book, Ren, and I were to sell it to a Dark Horse or something like that, and Dark Horse were to go about, I would make sure in my contract, if a movie is ever made, I'd get yada, yada, yada every time.
Mm.
Because that's passive income. That's
I
a
agree.
business. Yeah.
I agree. And I think if that's in the contract, it's more than fair. I just think...
But for now,
it's like,
so I get your
like
point.
Anyone,
I don't think it's unpopular.
It's like anyone going to write a movie or direct a movie for an IP that belongs to a studio. It doesn't belong to this person. You receive your salary, you're paid. They don't owe you anything else. I think it's because essentially what this is $5,000 out of courtesy, and that's it. Like, the example of the Rocket Raccoon creator, he created him years ago, like in the 80s or 70s or whatever. And in 2014, out of nowhere, he got a check for $5,000. I don't know, man. I saw no problem in this. Again, I think the brain, was it a brain tumor?
Something with the brain. He got in a car accident.
Okay, he got in a car accident. He needed help. I think that's one special occasion where the whole conversation is entirely different. It's not about the $5,000 for the creation of their one character anymore. And back then when he did that, Kevin Feige wasn't in charge. Maybe Kevin Feige himself pushes for a change that people are demanding. I certainly see no problem in this. Again, I understand it's probably very controversial, but I don't know, man. That's just how I see it. But I also think this conversation is much more important than a night or a dungeon thing. So I personally am going to just wanted to comment on the situation. Zach agrees. All right, so let's go to the second topic because it's a really fucking funny one. That's the director of Morbius. He probably spoiled that Venom is in the movie. He was giving out an interview to this Swedish website called Movie Zine. He is Swedish, Daniel Espinosa. I know it doesn't sound, but let's read this entire thing. The question asked was, how are you as a director when you direct these big stars compared to the director you were a few years ago? Does it feel weird?
Good question.
He answers, yeah, it usually feels strange before the day begins, when you look at the schedule and stand on the set yourself. When you walk around there, the recording looks just like a Swedish production. But then, when you look at the schedule and read the names like Michael Keaton, who's in Morbius, Jared Leto, who's in Morbius, and Tom Hardy, we'll get to that in a little bit, then it feels cool and very exciting. But once you start working, it's exactly the same thing. An actor wants a director, and actors want to be directed. A director also wants actors, by the way, Daniel, but anyway. So
Can I say one thing? Couldn't it have been fucking funny if they didn't show Vulture in the trailer, and then he's also...
Yes. Then it would be a much bigger conversation right now. Look, now, I want to address something. I think he stepped over the line, even if accidentally, and did spoil that Tom Hardy is going to be in Morbius. That's what I think. I also think it's important to point out Daniel Espinosa did work with Tom Hardy once before in an awful movie called Child 44.
Oh,
it's
God,
awful.
He made that?
I don't recommend it, but he did work with Tom Hardy once before. The weird thing for me is he worked with Tom Hardy once before years ago. This film is like from 2014 or 15. He has never worked with Michael Keaton. He has never worked with Jared Leto before Morbius. So my question is, Zach, for the sake of argument, let's say he's talking about Tom Hardy because he directed him in Child 44 and he's genuinely a big fan of Tom Hardy. Why would he pin him in with the rest of these actors? Because he's worked with other great actors before. Why would he just put the random name or seemingly random name of Tom Hardy in this, if not for the fact that he was working with Michael Keaton, with Jared Leto, and with Tom Hardy all together? Do you have any thoughts on that?
I mean, he did it. He's in the fucking movie. But because I say this, because his last big film was Life, which is Ryan Reynolds and Jake Gyllenhaal.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's
and
worked
Rebecca
with,
Ferguson.
yeah, and he's also did Safe House, so he's worked with Denzel and fucking
Denzel
and Ryan. You know, so
also Ryan Reynolds in that one.
Why would he talk Michael Keaton, Jared Leto, and then boom? You know what I mean? Plus, like when you look at the cast of Morbius, there's a lot more big people in there: Matt Smith, Tyrese Gibson, Jared Harris. Like I'm looking at it right now, like.
I love Jared Harris.
He's in the movie. I mean, he's in the movie.
Yeah, he's got to be. Probably just in the post-credit scene, but that's 100%. Not our fault.
Which I guarantee the next Morbius trailer will show him. I guarantee it.
Ooh, because it's funny, because the tweet where I first saw this was from Culture Crave, I believe, and I did screenshot the tweet, and in the meantime, they deleted it. So I just thought that was really funny.
Dude, I'm just saying this. Sony's security for this stuff, like,
oh, it's a joke.
Terrible. It's
terrible. A fucking joke.
I mean, Alfred Molina. Yeah, I'm in the movie. I'm playing Doc Ock from a couple years ago. They DCGI'd me, all this stuff, and then Willem Dafoe as well. When a movie comes out, that's when we talk about it. Like that's literally every time he says that, and I'm just like, why don't you just say you're not in it? I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. No idea what you're talking about. So, but now the question emerges: if Tom Hardy is in a movie, do you think that's a good idea, Zach? Does it get you more excited for Morbius? What do you think his involvement could be, if any? He could just be there again, just a post-credit scene to say, "Hello, join me for Venom 3, please."
I know what it is. It's him interviewing for the Daily Bugle. Or he's in the beginning and he's interviewing him. Something of that nature. That's like quick like that.
Okay.
Hey, we're connected, stuff like that.
So you think only Eddie Brock, only Tom Hardy shows up in the movie, not Venom?
Yes. I don't think it's Venom. I think it's just that.
Okay.
I'm gonna run to the bathroom real fast. By the way, but I am gonna knight this. I just think it's fucking funny. Like I think this is absolutely hilarious that he spoils.
It's a really fucking funny.
like, and for all we know, he probably was like, "Oh, they already showed it in the trailers" or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Or he just doesn't care.
Or that.
Like us, like everyone else. Nobody cares about.
Maybe
Morbius.
The movie sucks. For all we know.
Well, they put it in January, but yeah. I think it's a really funny situation, like Zach said, that it's just out there. Yeah, Venom is in the movie. I agree with Zach. I think we only see Tom Hardy, not Venom, but I think we see him in a post-credit scene. I don't agree with Zach that we'll see him in the beginning. I do like Zach's suggestion a lot, actually, that he's probably interviewing Morbius for the... It's not the Daily Bugle that he works for, but whatever the San Francisco thing... the San Francisco newspaper that he works for is. But I think we see that except in a post-credit scene, maybe, or the very end of the movie. Like the movie just ends like that with Tom Hardy coming in as Eddie Brock to interview Michael Morbius. I'm going to knight this because the whole situation is funny. Like the director just puts it out there that this big thing is in this movie, and everyone deleted it. Everyone's trying to go hush hush. Which, by the way, that website, much like Daniel Espinosa, is Swedish. I just translated the whole website to English, so maybe there's an issue in translation. Maybe it does specify that Tom Hardy was for the Child 44 movie, but I think this is something really, really funny that I was so glad that happened. It's one of the two funny things that happened on Twitter actually this week. I took a screenshot of both. I don't remember what the other one was. Okay, the other one isn't on Twitter, or if it is, I deleted it at this point. Let's see what you guys think so far, and thank you for being here. Eric Thorpe, good friend of the channel, haven't been in a while. Eric Thorpe, Triller Gamer, Who else? CZ Hey is here. Good to see you guys. Thank you for being here. Perp Minded, thank you for being here. Huzaifa Abbasi, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. If I ever mispronounce any of your names, do feel free to correct me, everyone. Um, and now we gotta wait for Zach to return. He's still not back. I'm waiting for him because he's got to introduce the next because he's got to do the next topic because I'm doing the fourth one and I don't even remember what the fourth one is at this point. Oh yeah, I do remember what the fourth one is. Yeah, no worries. Though Zach is probably more interested in topic number 4 than he is number 3. So I'm going to change the order of topics. So I'm going to do the next one and then I'll let Zach do the next one. So, ladies and gentlemen, Idris Elba has officially been cast as the voice of Knuckles. Per his Twitter page, he posted it himself and then reinforced by Deadline? No, not Deadline. Deadline is the other thing. Idris Elba himself posted on Twitter that he is going to play Knuckles in Sonic 2. Now, I enjoyed the original Sonic. It's perfectly watchable. Never watched it again. Never had the urge to watch it again. I saw it in the cinemas. It was there. It was fine. But completely forgettable as well. But Knuckles is one of my favorite characters in Sonic. Knuckles, I really love Knuckles. I fucking love Idris Elba. I know Idris Elba is becoming an A-lister at this point, but if you guys have not seen his show Luther, it's really fucking good. I really love that show. I fully recommend it to you guys. And Zach is back. Zach, just talking about Idris Elba being the voice of Knuckles.
Hell yeah.
If you want to take that away, because you're going to be more excited about this than I ever am. And I'm excited about this.
Were you just talking about Luther?
I was talking about Luther because it's a great show. If you have not seen it,
I still contend it's baffling to me that Elba has never been nominated for an Oscar. He's so fucking good in every movie he's ever.
Molly's Game, man.
Yes, I love Elba, and he was so good in Suicide Squad. In fact, I have my Bloodsport figure over there. I got the Harley Quinn yesterday. I love this casting as Knuckles. It's perfect. I know a lot of people wanted The Rock. I'm gonna be honest. I like this more. I think The Rock would have been good, but like, Elba has a distinct voice to him.
Yeah.
And if they're taking the direction of Knuckles that I think they're gonna be doing, or at least the first part of the film, which is he's the villain, because that's originally in Sonic lore he was an actual villain and then became their friend.
Yeah.
And from set photos, we know that they're probably gonna become friends by the end and have to fight Dr. Eggman or some shit like that. Of course they will. So I'm really liking this. I love this. Perfect casting. Let's see it. I enjoy the first Sonic the Hedgehog, but I actually think this one's going to be better because now the studio is letting them do what they want to do. Like the writers got interviewed in a podcast and they said in the first film they were so held back that the original script they drafted, they sent in and the studio was like, we don't want this. We want Sonic in this situation, blah, 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 blah. That's what you're doing. And they're like, well, fuck. So then they got that, and since the first movie did so good, they said the studio said, all those ideas from the first script you sent, do that. And that's what they're doing now. So they said that there was a couple things they didn't bring in because it just didn't fit the story now, but they said overall it is their original vision from the first script, which makes me excited because it is going to be more accurate to everything, and it sounds like it's going to be more about these characters than it is Olive Garden and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm with you. Again, I was just telling everyone that I didn't care that much for the original Sonic. It's perfectly watchable, perfectly fine, even if forgettable. Chico y Peep, it's actually really decent. It's a decent movie. It's nothing special, but Knuckles is one of my favorite characters in Sonic. He's actually my second favorite character. I like him more than Sonic himself, and I fucking love Elba. So this is really great news. I would have loved The Rock actually as
Well, Chico Reporter says the other one. They offered Jason Momoa. Jason Momoa was offered the role and he turned it down.
I don't want Jason Momoa as Knuckles for one reason only.
Shadow.
I think Jason Momoa would be a fucking perfect Shadow. I think it'd be incredible. And that is my favorite Sonic character.
Me
is
too.
Shadow. It's Shadow, it's Knuckles, and only then it's Sonic. But I really love this. If we do get Shadow, I hope we get to hear the banter between Knuckles and Shadow. Because
You know, I will say, I guarantee he's the end credit scene in this.
Ooh, that'd be cool. Do you think we hear a voice, though? Or just
Yes.
see him?
Yes. I think
We hear a voice.
Yeah.
Do you think Momoa?
Maybe. I don't think so, though.
If not Momoa, who would you... I have another casting if Momoa doesn't get the part. Don't steal mine. Don't steal mine.
I don't have.
I have one that I
off the top
think
of my
you're
head.
gonna love.
I don't have one.
Okay.
Say it.
If Jason Momoa, and I might even prefer this other person to Jason Momoa, but if Jason Momoa does not get the role of Shadow, Keanu Reeves.
Oh, I dig it.
All right, Zach, are you knighting or are you sending this one to the dungeon?
Very
What's your
knighting.
verdict?
I'm knighting it, but I want to put a preference. I do hope they don't change the Tails actor because I think it's fucked to put the voice actor as Tails and then say, "Oh, never mind, you're not going to be in the actual film." You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. I think they'll keep him. I think they'll keep him for sure. Her. It's a her. No,
Yeah, it's a her.
Yeah. All right, I'm knighting it too. I really like this casting choice. It actually gets me excited for the Sonic movie, kind of. All right, for our fourth topic, John Wick 4, as per Deadline, has added the badass Clancy Brown to its already stacked cast of badasses. We got Keanu Reeves. We got Hiroyuki Sanada. We got Donnie Yen. We got Bill Skarsgård. Now,
this is one of the best.
we got
This is
Clancy
the best John
Brown.
Wick cast yet.
This is an insane cast, and
Do
this
you
is all
think-
for 4. Can you imagine the cast they'll get for 5?
Do you
Unless
think this
nobody
is the high
dies in
table?
number 4.
Do you think this is the high table?
I think not all of the casting that we've been here, but I think there's a really good chance that
I think
Clancy Brown
Skarsgård is like one of their
specifically-
main killers. I think he's like one of their main
I think
assassins.
Skarsgård is an assassin, yes. I think Hiroyuki Sanada might be a member. I think Donnie Yen, Hiroyuki, and Clancy Brown are members of the High Table.
I think
I
they're.
can't see
You don't think they're
Clancy
the number
Brown.
one?
No, I don't think there's a number 1. And if there is a number 1, I don't think we hear about him or her in the 4th movie. I think they leave them to the 5th. I think I don't see though Clancy Brown doing a lot of action, so I do see the members of the High Table being sat there, and then suddenly, okay, Bill Skarsgård is not doing his job. We have to step up, and then Hiroyuki Sanada and Donnie Yen step out into action. But Clancy Brown remains in his corner.
I know we look at Clancy Brown and we don't see him being a badass, but I do.
No, I see him being a badass. I just mean
like
because
the
of his
fighting.
age. Yeah,
I could see stunt doubles and stuff like that nowadays. I think they'll do it. I
maybe,
think he can do it.
and I hope so because he's the Kurgan in the original Highlander. That's Clancy Brown. He's awesome, man. I think this is insane. How much they're gonna they're going hard on this casting next year in May, I believe.
Hopefully,
I hope so.
May 27.
May 27th. So this is a great casting for me. I love Clancy Brown. Not only as the Kurgan in the Highlander, he's the voice of Surtur in Thor Ragnarok. He's done a ton of voice work that is
Mr.
great.
Krabs.
Is that SpongeBob?
Yes.
Okay, I don't watch SpongeBob.
I know, but
he's the voice
in America. That's like seriously what he's known for.
Yeah,
like especially like for the generation.
He's the voice of Gunmar in Troll Hunters, one of my favorite animated shows.
He was in Chowder.
You guys like? What's Chowder?
You never saw that show with the little purple dude?
No, I don't reckon.
Oh.
He's the dad.
Darkblood.
He's the dad, Zach. He's the dad of Carey Mulligan in Promising
Yeah, I was
Young
about to
Woman.
say that. Yeah,
with Stifler's mom.
Yeah.
So big night for me. I love this casting. I love him. I love John Wick. So I cannot wait to see. And hey, guys, if you want me to do another John Wick fan film ahead of the 4th one, let me know. Let me know in the comments, and I'll
Do
start
it.
working on it. All right, Zach,
Hey,
take
real
us into our
fast.
penultimate.
Who do you think's older, Donnie Yen or Keanu Reeves?
They don't have that much of a difference, but just because you even ask the question, I'm gonna go with Keanu Reeves is older.
It's Donnie Yen, but he's one
It's
year.
Donnie Yen, okay.
They're 1 year
Okay,
apart.
1
I
year.
thought that was
Okay.
crazy.
I thought that initially, but when you asked the question, I expected there to be a twist, and Keanu Reeves would be older, so I went with Keanu Reeves. But that's cool. All right, Zach, take us into our penultimate topic.
Damn, Ian McShane was born in 1942. Holy fuck. Holy
World
shit.
War II, baby.
Next thing, Marvel's What If finally launches on Disney Plus. Me and Ryan have both gotten to see the first 3 episodes, right? You saw the first 3. Yeah, you've seen the first 3.
Yes.
We've both seen the first 3. We can give our non-spoiler thoughts on the 2 and 3 episode, but episode 1, our full spoiler reviews are out, and it was Captain Carter, and it debuted. I was really not that excited for this show. I like the concept, but just something wasn't jiving with me. I will be honest, the first episode I watched, I was like, that was entertaining. And if you kind of felt the same way, or maybe it wasn't for you, 2 and 3 are way better. I think 2 and 3 are seriously the best 2 episodes yet, and I'm hoping it just continues the pacing from there. Especially, I think 3 is my favorite.
Over 2.
Which is tough, because I love 2. I think
dude.
The thing with Captain Carter is it only changes like 2 things, when it comes down to the what if concept. Where like 2 changes a lot. I mean, it changes and plays around with the idea a lot.
2 is wild. 2 is like, it picks so many things of the MCU that it changed. It's insane.
And
it does so much with those changes.
And the ending of it was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
How is this going to affect it now?
I like the ending of them all, because all of them are like, oh, this story can continue. This is interesting. I'm with you. I'm of 2 minds when it comes to what if the first episode, because I love what we got. I do think it can feel a bit rushed with all those montages. At the same time, because it changes the little things that changes, and essentially the story plays out the same way, I really don't want to see another version of the first Avenger that is that much similar with only these little things changing.
No, and
around.
I get that. I just wish it was different. Still continuing to be
No,
different.
I know, exactly. I'm with you, because I'm of those 2 minds. Like, I don't want the same thing, but I also feel it was a little bit rushed.
You know what it did feel like, though? It felt like, hey, we need to introduce Captain Carter for the multiverse. Because of stuff that has been rumored prevalently for the last couple of months.
And because of how much the next 2 already change things and are so different and drastically change the MCU events of those timelines, I think this episode was the tamest one, precisely to introduce it to a general audience.
That's true. Yeah, because episode 3 is really weird. Episode 3 is very different. And I had no idea where it was going till the last 5 minutes. I was seriously sitting there, I'm like, holy shit. What I will say is, in the trailers, it seems like this all connects eventually.
Yes.
So that's what I'm waiting to see is, where does it connect at? Does it pick up certain worlds and just continue, or do we just completely get all new world? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That's the thing I'm waiting on.
I think this first season is going to be all different episodes, but we'll see how it connects. And I think maybe in season 2, they'll see which episodes people responded to the best, and they'll give us more of those stories, continuations of those stories in season 2. I also think that there's a slight chance, I'm going to give it a 10% chance, and just judging by the first 3, that we do see one continuation of one of those episodes, one of these episodes that we've gotten thus far.
They definitely have to continue.
That you and I have gotten this far.
I think they have to continue.
I hope so too, man. I hope so too.
Because I think they.
But yeah, if you guys really loved Captain Carter, prepare for the second episode, because it's great.
And if you didn't like,
if you guys didn't like, again, prepare for the second episode, because I seriously cannot emphasize how much I love episode 2. So I cannot wait for you guys to see it again. I'm already expecting it to rank it very high next week on the weekly ranking, because it's just that good. The second episode is really good. And again, a disclaimer: I did address this in my review for the first 3 episodes, the non-spoiler one. We might have gotten episodes 2 and 3 out of order. And I'll tell you why. This was our friend Dave Lee Down Under who pointed this out to us in a group chat. Because when we got the first 3 episodes, the episode 2 did not have credits. Episode 1 and 3 did. So what we got as episode 3 might come out this week for you guys, and you might see it as episode 2.
Oh, shit. Well, that's going to be shitty for... Dude, that means I'm going to have to wake up at midnight and make sure... That way I can change the reviews.
Yeah. Check it. But I do think we have gotten them in order. I do think we gotten them in order.
I'd be surprised if we
didn't. A heads up for everyone. I did give this disclaimer in my review because I'm talking...
Episode 2 had credits.
No, it didn't. Mine didn't.
I had credits in mine.
I had credits in episode 1 and 3.
Did everyone else? Because
I
swear there was credits.
I know James and maybe Leo didn't have them either.
This is what happens when because I'll see like 100 messages and I won't read them back. I'll scroll real fast and then just see if there's anything like huge I missed.
So I did give you this disclaimer because I did love episode 2, but I love the T'Challa Star-Lord episode. And then the third episode was the Nick Fury leading episode. So I don't know what order you'll guys get. I still really like the Nick Fury episode. But we'll see. We'll see next week.
There's no way they send it out of order, though. That's the only way I'm thinking.
We'll see.
Because
that's
there's
the thing.
People who are preparing
it never
their
happened
stuff.
to me.
You
It
know
never
what I mean?
happened to me either. Like Loki, I wasn't sent out of order, but Dave apparently has gotten things out of order before Disney Plus, so it's not that strange if it did happen.
Well, someone needs to reach out and ask.
Yeah. All right, Zach, what's your verdict on the launch of What If?
I like it. Let's get the second one out.
All right,
but I'm
nighting it. I'm nighting it as well. I really like it. I like Captain Carter more than most because I just love Peggy Carter. She's my favorite MCU lady. And yeah, just so happy to have her back. All right, let's go into our final topic, which was announced. Was it yesterday or the day before? In the earnings call from Disney, they announced Disney Plus Day on November 12th. Now, a lot of people think this is a more, what do we say, a more flamboyant, a more pumped up version of the Investors Day, like they did last year. I think it's going to be a lot of that, but also they're bringing a lot.
Plus? Just do everything. You know what I mean?
Because of Bob Chapek, that's why. But yeah, I think it's going to be very much like a Disney Investors Day, which last year, it was great, by the way. I really loved last year's Investors Day. It was really fun.
It was really
But I think
long.
they're bringing... But I think they're bringing a lot of what made DC Fandome special into this. So to me right now, I think this is a Disney Plus Fandom kind of thing that I'm really excited for. They announced they're going to have announcements for Star Wars, for Marvel, for Pixar, for Disney Main. Zach, I think we're getting our first Kenobi trailer here. What do you think?
Yes. So I think the whole event will start off with Star Wars. I think they're going to kick it off with Star Wars.
Last year they did Star Wars,
They did.
At least Star Wars was pretty early.
And I do think that unless Marvel doesn't have that much to show and announce, but from what people were tweeting about when this was announced, like some of the, not leakers, but just people who know more inside stuff, they were like, Marvel's coming to play.
I think Marvel, yeah.
But I also think Star Wars is too.
Just yesterday we got it. We can't show it. We're not going to promote leakings, but we saw something that leaked from Marvel that was really fucking cool, if you ask me. Mm-hmm. And I cannot wait to see it.
And it might be behind me.
Behind you? Oh yeah, okay, yeah. I saw it. I was thinking the literal picture was behind you, and I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Um, I have someone lost their job. Just saying, but
Yeah.
here's an okay. So I think for Star Wars, let's take our guesses. So I think it's gonna start out with Star Wars, going to Pixar, Disney, stuff like that, and on Marvel. That's just the truth. Unless I say this, unless Marvel doesn't have that much to announce and show. So if they don't, then I do think Marvel kicks it off and they end with Star Wars, because Star Wars is going to be big, because they don't just have Kenobi's trailer to show us. They're going to have an Andor trailer. Guarantee that's when we see the Boba Fett trailer.
You don't think we see it before?
Nope. They said it's coming out this year, but and do not put it the same fucking night. Do not. I'm telling you right fucking now.
They won't.
Bobby Chapek. Do not put it the same fucking night. I've said it. Let Star Wars be Fridays. Let fucking Marvel be Wednesdays. Or I don't give a fuck if you do Star Wars Mondays and Marvel. Do not do them on Friday. Don't. Or do it Sunday. Star Wars is like a big family thing. Do it Sunday. During the day.
I say leave Marvel for Wednesdays, keep them where they are, and do Star Wars on Friday.
That's what I want.
Easy.
But I'm just like,
easy.
I'm thinking we don't want it releasing the same day as a movie type thing. That's what their whole excuse was. So I was like,
you're not gonna have a movie every week.
And that's
you're
just
not
the
gonna
truth.
have a movie every week.
So.
But Zach, I was just looking over at our group chat. We did not get the episodes out of order. So guys, next week, this upcoming week, episode 2 is the episode we loved. It's the T'Challa Star-Lord episode. That's all you can say for now. But yeah, I'm Star Wars coming to play, dude. I think we do get a trailer for Boba Fett before that. Maybe we get a second trailer. Maybe we get a roundtable, something like that. Kenobi trailer, for sure. We get maybe a trailer for Andor. I think we get casting announcements. That's it if we don't get it before. And maybe a kind of sizzle for Acolyte. Maybe something for Ahsoka officially announced. Because right now,
I think that's where they announced the cast. I think that's where they announced
the
cast.
Lars Mikkelsen, Mina Massoud, they have not been officially announced.
I think we'll get Sabine too.
We'll get Sabine for Star Wars.
Which,
for Marvel,
dude, I really hope is Lana Condor. I love that casting. Because the rumor is her, and I cannot remember the other two, but out of the 3 that some guy said, I love Condor. She's the best part about To All the Boys, and I'm like, give her that because she's gonna be the secondary lead. I mean, she'll be the secondary lead of that show. So I was like, give her that role as Sabine. That'd be awesome.
Good shout from Leo. Potentially some stuff for Star Wars Visions.
Doesn't that come out this year?
Anthologies. I don't think so.
How is this?
I think it's next year.
Let me look.
For Marvel, like you've been told, Zach, I think they're coming to play. We're getting Moon Knight. We're getting She-Hulk.
Trailers.
Trailers.
Visions comes out September
sizzles.
22nd. Visions comes out September 22nd.
This year?
Yep.
Oh, nice.
On a Wednesday.
That's gonna be my bad batch.
On a Wednesday. But wait. Let me just do the math. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do you know what I was counting for? I wanted to see if it would be Yep, same dropping, same fucking night. Dumb, stupid, dumb choice.
Maybe you'll get screeners.
I get that, but that's still the dumbest thing you can do. That is still the dumbest choice you can do. Why are you competing? Why are you competing against each other? Dumb.
Yeah.
Dumb.
I don't get it. But yeah, Marvel's coming to play. I think we definitely see a Moon Knight something.
She-Hulk.
I don't think we'll see a Moon Knight trailer. I think we'll see a She-Hulk trailer. I think we'll get more casting on Moon Knight, more details on characters, maybe a sizzle of some kind of suit officially revealed. I think we do get to see a trailer for She-Hulk.
I'll be honest.
I know I'm blanking on another show, Zach.
Secret Invasion. It's filming
Secret Invasion. I think we'll get a bit of Secret Invasion as well.
I'm going to tell you right now.
We'll maybe get more shows announced.
I think we're getting Miss Marvel. I think we're getting a Miss Marvel trailer. She-Hulk. guarantee we see Moon Knight trailer. I guarantee we see
Yep.
Moon Knight trailer. I think we also get Hawkeye's, not first official
I think
trailer,
we get
but
I think we get
for-
something for Hawkeye too, because it's literally like 2 weeks before, less than 2 weeks before the launch of Hawkeye on Disney Plus.
I think I know. I think he's gonna announce Vincent D'Onofrio is back.
Oh, that'd be cool.
And I think that's it. I don't think he talks about Daredevil. Or let me say this: I think he announces Vincent, and I think he announces Daredevil and Jessica for She-Hulk.
I still don't see Jessica Jones coming in.
I would bet my
not to say whether I want that or not. I just think I don't see it right now. Zach, here's a question, and this is just in case we don't get it up until then. What are the chances they're letting this Disney Plus Day come to drop the first official Spider-Man No Way Home trailer?
No. Let me say this. If Venom comes out in October, that's when we're seeing Spider-Man. I mean,
good shot.
But I'll even say that I want to say it might be with Shang-Chi, but they are not going to start marketing that movie until they know it is coming out in December.
Yeah.
Everyone keeps wondering, where's the trailer? Where's the trailer? We are not getting that trailer until they know this is 100% coming out in December, exclusively in theaters. That's just the truth. So, depending on where the world is by Shang-Chi, which is only 2-3 weeks away, that's still time. But if you're going to CinemaCon, good to you, because you're probably going to get the first exclusive look at Spider-Man No Way Home.
All right.
So
I think they're gonna have a ton of stuff. They're gonna have stuff that we're not even thinking about right now.
I think we get announcements.
I think there's one more thing. Not that they're gonna announce, because we know it's coming, but they're gonna show us something. That's that they're gonna show us something for Loki season 2.
True.
I think we see something for Loki season 2, because supposedly they started shooting that, or are very close to start shooting that. I think we'll get details. I think we'll get a director for the second season, because Kate Herron unfortunately is not coming back. And maybe they announced that, well, after all, she is coming back.
Imagine if it's Sam Raimi.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if I like that, honestly.
I like it.
Because apart from Spider-Man, I have never been a big fan of Danny Elfman.
Oh, I've always been. Danny Elfman
from
or
the
Sam
Spider-Man.
Raimi?
Sorry.
Sam Raimi.
Sam Raimi, sorry. Why did I say that? I mean, they are connected.
They work together all the time.
But yeah, and when I say Spider-Man, I don't mean just the first... I don't mean just the first Spider-Man. I mean his Spider-Man trilogy.
Okay. I
don't know if I like him for Loki.
Do real fast. I want us to guess for Star Wars and Marvel. I know there will be Pixar and Disney stuff in between, but
yeah,
I unless they announce a fucking Toy Story show, I'm not gonna.
A trailer for Lightyear. I want to see a trailer.
No, because that's only going in theaters, though. That's the only thing.
Doesn't matter. Maybe they're calling it Disney Plus Day, and they just announce all the things.
I hope there's a Lightyear trailer. I mean, it wouldn't be opposed to Pixar doing that. Because they did say Turning Red, and that will be in theatrical only. So I'm like, better be. Yeah, better be.
It's about damn time.
So I want us to guess 3 things let's do this. 3 things, because I want to say this. Maybe they'll announce a Toy Story show, and I'll fucking shit my pants, and I'll be super, super duper excited. Like an actual Toy Story show, continuing Buzz and Jesse's journey, and afterward, I would.
Oh, I was going to say that it completely ignores the events of Toy Story 4.
Well, that's why I'm saying just do Buzz and Jesse, and then like Woody
ignore Toy Story 4 and do Woody and Buzz.
No, fuck you.
Everyone.
No, fuck. Well, they could do a prequel. They could do. I don't.
They could
care.
do an in between.
They could do both. They come to visit. They're on the road, man. Okay, so let's predict 3 things for Star Wars. So
okay,
and this is stuff that we don't know. So like obviously we're assuming casting for Ahsoka, maybe even a fucking teaser. For all we know, you know what I mean? Because they'll probably be filming by then. Mandalorian season 3 will probably be filming. We'll probably get details on that. So I'm gonna say they're gonna announce a new Star Wars animated show, like an actual Star Wars animated show.
Okay.
Another one. I don't know when, where, but I'm gonna guess Old Republic or High Republic, one of the two. I think they're gonna do either a High Republic or Old Republic show, and I think it's gonna be Dave Filoni's gonna, of course, probably do that. Oh god, I'm about to sneeze.
Bless you.
Number 2. I think we get announcements on that Lando Calrissian show. I don't think we know a lot about it. I think that's still a show that's in development that
I completely forgot about that.
We will not hear anything about Rangers of the New Republic, but I think it will be replaced by a new show starring Hera. I think Hera will get her own show. I think there was those rumors going around that she was going to take over the Rangers of the New Republic show. I don't believe that. I think she's just going to get her new show.
Okay.
So that's mine for Star Wars. You go first. Now you go.
I think we get casting details and a teaser for Acolyte. I think we get casting details and a trailer. That's supposed to be end of next
year too.
Yeah, a trailer for Ahsoka. I think maybe we see something new about Mando Season 3. For Marvel...
Do you think they talk anything about Luke Skywalker coming back as a main character? I didn't know Mark Hamill was on fucking set. That's crazy. True. I thought it was all CGI. True. That's wild.
Yeah. For Marvel, I won't bet on a Moon Knight trailer, but I don't think it's impossible, and I hope it drops. I think for sure we get a trailer for She-Hulk details.
I think we get release dates all for them too. Story. I think release dates for She-Hulk, Moon Knight. That's probably, honestly, that's going to be the biggest thing. They're going to give release dates for all the Star Wars shows and these. Whatever's in production.
Oh, yeah.
Or done at that point.
I think we get an announcement of 2 new Marvel shows.
Okay.
Besides the Loki Season 2.
Do you want to guess what they are? Because that's what I'm going to do.
What are they?
I have an idea of one.
I think maybe we get... Tell me yours first, because I'm blanking.
My number one's Thunderbolts. Thunderbolts or Dark Avengers, something like that with Valentine.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's the clear, obvious one. I was watching people's predictions on Shang-Chi's end credit scene, and they're like, oh, well, she's probably going to show up. And I was like, I won't be shocked if she does. You know what I mean? It seems like that's what she's done in the last... Besides Loki and WandaVision, I mean, she's continued to show up, so she's building a team. So that's my guess, is I think we are getting a Thunderbolts show officially announced. And I think Sam Rockwell will be returning. I think he's going to say Sam Rockwell's returning.
I hope so.
The next
I don't see a Thunderbolts.
Do you have any other shows that they might announce? Because I have one more.
No, because if we were talking about anything Marvel, I would have some guesses for shows. I really don't know what they plan on doing.
I'm going to be honest. I think they're going to give Nova a show. I think they're going to do Nova as a show instead of a movie.
Nope.
And I disagree with that. I disagree with that, but...
Not that the shows don't look as good as the movies. I want Nova on the big screen.
I want them to do a Hispanic Nova on the big screen. They don't have a Hispanic leading superhero yet.
But I don't like Sam Alexander. I want Richard Rider. Richard Rider could be Hispanic. He doesn't have to be white. Yeah. But Sam Alexander is Latino. That's why I was specifying. I want Richard Rider Nova. No Sam Alexander. Get the fuck out of here with Sam Alexander. Give me Richard Rider, again, he can be black, he can be Asian, he can be Hispanic. I don't care what he is, just as long as it is Richard Rider. Yeah. But I want a movie. I don't want a show. So, Zach, shut up.
I have 2 more things I want to guess, and I think...
Okay.
I think one's going to be... Now, when I say this, I don't mean... Because this actual property will end up being a movie. But I think they're going to do like a pre-thing on Disney Plus, because they say it doesn't all. If you watch the shows, you get more out of it. Mm-hmm. I do feel like they're going to announce a Secret Wars movie eventually, anytime now. I think that's the big thing coming after Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, and I think they're going to do something show-wise that is pretty large in scale, to where it comes down to some of the characters that we've seen. Maybe in animated form that now are jumping over to live action. And I think that's something that they might look at doing. And I think it would be interesting, because then it's like segueing us into that. You know what I mean? Like it's preparing us. And then the third thing I want to guess is I think they're going to announce another animated show. And I think it'll be the Deadpool show that was supposed to come out years ago from Donald Glover.
Oh, nice.
I think Kevin Feige Feige is going to look at that and come
Deadpool show
and bring it back.
I also think Secret Wars is very possible, but I don't think we see it this year because if they're going to do Secret Wars, they're going to do it about the latest Secret Wars comics that came out a few years ago, and they need the Fantastic Four for that. So I don't think that comes.
Yeah, that's why I said I think they're waiting. I think it'll be announced.
Yeah.
And I even think we'll get a direct.
I don't see it.
Oh, really? I think we.
No.
Well, I'm just saying
Whatsoever.
when it is announced.
Yeah,
I think we're gonna get a director.
Yes, I agree.
Who do you think directs it? Russo brothers? You think they bring them back? Deep down,
they're a good possibility.
Mm-hmm.
They're a good possibility. If not, I think they could bring in Matt Shankman from WandaVision. I think they could bring in Kate Herron from Loki.
Kate, I would be fine with. Matt, I don't like the ending of WandaVision, so that's why he's a great director.
But that's because of COVID.
Yeah, that's true.
That would have changed because of the script, not because of the direction.
I want to see how the guys who made Synchronic end up doing Moon Knight. If Moon Knight's fucking great, give him it.
But I think Moon Knight and even Synchronic are they have these high concepts, but they're very personal stories.
Secret Wars is a high concept.
Secret Wars is gigantic. Secret Wars it's not just in concept, it's in execution. They're enormous.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm super excited.
Okay, let's just say 3 main directors, not even MCU. Who would you want to see do Secret Wars? They could have done an MCU film before, but no TV, no nothing. Just actual.
It can be any director working today.
Any director. Yeah, just for fun.
Christopher Nolan, Denis Villeneuve. Who
else? I thought you were going to say Spielberg. Spielberg directing a Marvel.
Spielberg would be great. I mean, I just don't see him doing it, but he would be amazing.
Mm-hmm. Let me say this. If Nolan wanted to fuck around and have fun, I could see him doing a Secret Wars movie. It deals with time. He loves time.
Yeah.
For me, I kind of want Zack Snyder to come and say, fuck you, DC, and just come and do it.
No way. I don't see it. Not because of he wouldn't say fuck you DC. He said it. I'm just saying he right now likes the freedom he's given in Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he would like to come to Marvel. Not because he has bad experiences with Marvel. I just think he's going to enjoy his freedom and not take those risks of being tied down.
Yeah. The other person I was gonna say is Taika Waititi, but he is so fucking busy. Because I only say this because unless they're doing it 8 years from now, 10 years from now, I think this is actually a more sooner thing. I think after like 2024, because that's my prediction of when we're getting Fantastic Four. I think that same year we're getting Secret Wars. I think that's the big thing that'll kick off Phase 5 or end Phase 4, however they want to do it. But the reason I say Taika, because Taika's doing Thor right now. He also did Next Goal Standing. After this, he's jumping probably to Next Goal Wins. Next, after that, he's probably jumping over to Star Wars. I would assume he's doing Star Wars next. And then now there's rumors that DC wants him. I wouldn't be shocked if he goes and does a DC film. And then comes back and does a Marvel film or something like that. But I do think he's going to jump over and do DC. And I'll tell you this, that Akira movie, I think he eventually will get a hold of.
I hope so. All right, guys, we passed the hour mark, so let's get to your live questions. Thank you all so much for being here, and let's start with, Trailer Gamer. I saw Kissing Booth 3 yesterday. Definitely one of the weakest and boring movies, I guess. The second one was my favorite of all. Alrighty, enjoy the second one. Glad you enjoyed it, Trailer Gamer. Perp Minded. Brand new chili flavor is a pretty wild series. I recommend it. No idea what that is, but if I ever come across it, thank you for the recommendation, Perp Minded. Eric Thorpe. Absolutely loved What If. I think it's already probably going to be close to WandaVision as my favorite MCU show. All right. I cannot wait to see what you think of next week, brother. Movie fan in lockdown in Australia. Yeah, we heard about that. So sucks so much that you guys had to go back into that. I wish I could see Free Guy and Suicide Squad. Look, whenever you do get out of lockdown, that's an amazing double feature.
Breaking
Two of the
news.
most fun movies of the year.
Breaking
Stop
news.
saying breaking news on a Saturday.
I'm being serious.
I hate it.
Gemma Simmons from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Who's that? Do you know? Do you know who that is?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I do.
Well, Daniel Richmond she just posted, look who just left Atlanta. This should cause some aneurysms for some of you guys. Daniel Richmond posted something saying that, and that's where they're filming Secret Invasion right now. But
that's where they film a lot of stuff.
There's someone who just left a Power Rangers show. There's someone who just left, or not Power Rangers, Powerpuff Girls show that has been heavily rumored for Secret Invasion for a while. Chloe Bennett. Bring her back.
I hope so. I do like her. Everyone's rooting for the Paw Patrol movie. I
want you to review the Paw Patrol movie.
I'm not going to.
What if I paid you? What if I paid
you? No. I don't even have 100 views on my What If review. I'm not reviewing Paw Patrol. If I don't get views on the stuff I like, I'm not reviewing the stuff I have absolutely no
Paw
interest
Patrol
in.
gets 2 million.
No, I wouldn't. I would not get 2 million views. I would not get 100.
I'll watch it.
Eric Thorpe, I'm just hoping The Protege is awesome because Martin Campbell made 2 amazing Bond films, but he's yet to make a non-Bond movie that measures up to them both. I agree. In fact, I wasn't interested in The Protege at all. I thought it was going to be one of those direct-to-DVD or direct-to-streaming movies until I saw a trailer in a cinema, and it had all those names with Sam Jackson, who honestly, he does everything. Michael Keaton, who also kind of does everything. And
the trailer's
Maggie Q.
terrible, though.
And then I saw the name Martin Campbell, and I was like, oh, okay. It still looks kind of terrible. It looks completely flat. I don't like the look of the film at all. But Martin Campbell, I'm intrigued. Let's say that.
Why does it spoil
intrigued.
that Samuel Jackson dies in the beginning?
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Oh, it showed in the trailer. He's in the bathtub. He got shot.
Oh, okay. Network 98, Zach and Ren, what if there was a show or movie called Son of a Bitch? That would be a movie or show called Son of a Bitch.
It's about my life.
There is?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. It's a documentary. Okay.
Yeah.
Questions. Where are questions?
If you guys don't start getting questions, we're gonna go to sleep.
No, they did. But you guys were interacting a lot, so that's great. I'm not complaining. Just don't wanna have any awkward silences. Luis Luciano says, "What if Red Guardian Melina had not taken Natasha and Yelena to Dreykov?" I would actually do that the other way around. I would actually do what if Natasha. Did I say Natalia? Never mind.
No, you
Natasha. Okay. What if Natasha and Yelena had not turned good and were under the control of Dreykov to this day?
I was actually going to say I would love to see what happens if Melina and Red Guardian just stayed in America and converted to American, like to actually work with S.H.I.E.L.D. and shit. Yeah. Like what would happen?
Nice.
Like
That's
I don't think
good
Natasha and Yelena would have been bad. I think they would have had a normal life then.
Yeah,
and then Red Guardian
could have
been
the
Captain America. Like Red Guardian could have been the Captain America for this world, and
for sure
stuff like that.
All right, Gigolo P. So far, the only negative review from episode 2 I saw was from Double Toasted. Didn't see it because they didn't like the writing and humor of the episode. It wasn't. There wasn't a lot of humor in that episode, but I mean that purposefully. Like it wasn't like a funny episode, but the humor that was there, I really enjoyed it. I'm not gonna lie. There's actually a really good chemistry between 2 characters that I would never put together, but in this timeline, it's so good.
Yeah,
so good. Cha-cha. You guys don't know what that means yet, but you will. Luis Luciano, aside from Marvel Zombies, Captain Marvel, and Ant-Man episodes of What If, I'm really excited for. We can't say anything.
Guys,
I mean, we can say stuff about Captain Carter.
When I was sitting there watching Captain Carter, I'm like, this is when Steve's going to die. That's when Steve's going to die. That's when he's going to become a zombie. Nope.
Here's the interesting thing about that, Zach, because I thought the same, and then I saw a video. I think it was Mr. Sunday Movies, and he brought something up that I had not even thought about, but it could be really interesting. Because at the end, again, spoilers for Captain Carter if you haven't seen it. So at the end, she goes into the Tesseract, she comes back in modern day and whatnot. What if in this timeline, the Winter Soldier is Steve Rogers?
Oh, that'd be cool.
I would like that very much. All right.
Dude, do you know there's a show from the director of Train to Busan called Hellbound coming to Netflix?
No, I had no idea. I
It's
just saw
premiering
that he
at
has a
TIFF.
movie. Oh, that thing is a TV show.
Yeah, it's 6 episodes.
Okay, I
It's
thought it
about
was a
when people
movie.
hear predictions on when they will die. When that time comes, a death angel appears in front of them and kills them.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Me too.
Ren and Zach, what's your advice on dealing with or responding to mean comments for having a hot take or an unpopular opinion? So Zach and I are probably gonna have different answers. My answer is at first, try to just communicate with them and see if you can have a normal conversation. Because people might just be mad or angry, but if you try to reach out to reason on their part, maybe they'll respond in kind. If not, either just ignore them or delete their comments completely out of existence. Zach, what do you think?
Be an asshole back. That's my rule. If you're an asshole to me, I'm gonna be an asshole to you. You know, now if you comment and you're like, this show was terrible, I can't believe you didn't like it, or you liked it, I'll reply back, film's subjective. That's all it is. You know, if you didn't like it, good for you. Please share like why you didn't like it, you know? That's totally fine.
Mm-hmm.
But it's when people call me an asshole, a shill, a woke, broke bitch, shit like that, hell no. That's when I'm done. And when I hear that people are getting death threats over it, like the whole Masters of the Universe shit, when I started hearing like close friends of mine were getting fucking death threats, no. That's a no for me. That's a big fucking no for me. That's when I go into if you are going to be an asshole to me, I'm going to be a dick to you. Because I don't care. I'm like, cool, we can keep building up my comment section because that just builds my algorithm up. I don't give a fuck. You're literally helping me at the end of the day, so I don't care. And guess what? I won all those conversations because no one replied back after I was a dick.
Movie fan asks, did you guys see the suit leak? Yes, we did. And it's really fucking cool. All right. Official Filmalin says, Visit D'Onofrio should return as Kingpins in the Disney Plus MCU. He is.
That's the rumor.
And he agrees with me that Sony's going to delay. I've been saying that since the beginning. I think it's for the best. Maybe they do. Maybe they don't. All right. Chico EP, not even The Evil Dead. Only saw the first one. It's fine. Never saw the other ones. Drag Me to Hell. I hate Don't Drag Me to Hell. I don't know what people see in that movie. Simple Plan I've never seen. You don't like those Sam Raimi movies? Nope. Oz the Great and Powerful is actually one I forgot. I really enjoy that movie.
Same.
I really enjoy it. I don't care what anybody says. I think it's really fun.
Same. I love every single one of Sam Raimi's films. Like
I think Mila Kunis. I think Mila Kunis is horribly miscast in that movie. Apart from that, I really have fun with that movie. Diminishing Scott, you guys, I know you like the new Suicide Squad. I enjoy it too, but lately there have been deleted photo scenes from the David Ayer Suicide Squad hitting social media. What do you think? Don't want to see it. I don't. Look.
You read the script, just say it.
I read the script. No, I don't want to see that. And I saw the photos before reading the script. No, I don't want to see any of that. Look, if you guys have been fans of the show of mine for a while, you know what I'm going to say. I will always support a director who wants to have his vision out there and who puts his vision out there. This particular case, if David Ayer gets his cut out there and gets it to existence, fine, good for him. I'm happy for him. I'm not going to watch this movie. I don't like this film. I think he was fucked with by WB, not his fault, from the very beginning. You cannot write a good script in 6 weeks. That's not how it works. I think Ayer is trying to climb against a mountain that keeps growing against him, because that's just the thing that WB built for him. He had the odds
movie,
stacked against him.
Like,
from the
I'm
beginning.
interested to see it. I've read part of that script, and I'm interested to see it. I will be completely honest, though. It's not like a night and day difference like Zack Snyder's Justice League. Yes, tonally it's different. Yes, story it's different. But there's issues with the script. I mean, and I don't blame him. David Ayer is a good writer. Training Day, guys, fucking great.
I mean, it's a bad script. It's a bad script, I think. He wrote a bad script, but he only had 6 weeks. You cannot write a good script in 6 weeks. Yep. So yeah, that's all I gotta say. But great question, Debenician. Thank you for asking. Movie fan, possible Ghost Rider. If it is Johnny Blaze, yes. If not, I'm not interested. Ghost Rider is actually one that could work as a show. I think it would work better as a show than as a movie. So yeah. Red 5. Why not have Richard training Sam? Because I do not like Sam Alexander, and if they did that in the first movie, I wouldn't like it. Because give me a Richard movie, and then eventually build to a Richard training Sam scenario. But as a first movie, I want a Richard. I fucking love Richard Rider, guys. I fucking love him. He's one of my top 10 favorite comic book heroes ever. When I'm back in Portugal in Christmas, I'm going to take one of the shows when Zach's here, so I can show him too the comics of Nova that you should read, because that story is fucking tacular. Fucking love Nova. I fucking love Nova. Just want to make that clear. I fucking love Nova.
You've made it clear, Red.
Tony Movie Chappie, I would love to see a rated R horror movie for Ghost Rider. Look, you had your fun with the first 2 Nicolas Cage Ghost Rider movies. I don't think anyone had fun with the second Nicolas Cage Ghost Rider movie. But I want to see something more serious. I don't think it needs to be rated R at all, but I think a horror vibe to it would definitely work. I would really like to see that. Zach, any fan cast for a Ghost Rider movie
I think
show?
He's showing up in Multiverse.
Any fan casting for that?
Oh, easily. Daryl Dixon, Norman Reedus. I think him or Keanu Reeves would be fucking great.
I want someone younger that can play the role for a long time. I think someone really
CGI.
Great, actually.
CGI.
No. I think actually someone really great would be the guy who was just I'm blanking on the name. Hang on, let me see my videos, because he was just in something.
Vivo? Are you talking about the monkey? You want him to put? You want the monkey?
No, Lin-Manuel Miranda. You know what? Anthony Ramos wouldn't be a bad pick.
Oh yeah, he'd be good.
What else? Henry Golding would be a good Ghost Rider. Andrew Koji would be a great Ghost Rider. I'm settling on Andrew Koji. Like, give me an Andrew Koji Ghost Rider. And if you guys haven't seen Warrior is fucking awesome.
Nah, give me Mark Wahlberg. LeBron James too would be LeBron James would be a pretty good one.
LeBron James would not be a pretty good one. Anything if we're talking about movies. That guy is a plank of wood. Let him be in the basketball court.
He's great in that. What about Adam Driver?
So this is not a commentary on him as an actor, because he's top 5 actors working today. I don't see that as an exact fit, but if they announced him, I would be nothing but excited.
Dave Patel.
Because he's just a great actor. Dev Patel would be good too, actually, I think. I like that choice. I really like that. I do need to see The Green Knight before solidifying my opinion on that, because I do really like that Dev Patel as an actor, but until I see Green Knight, at least, I don't really buy him. Not that I don't buy him. I don't know if I buy him. I just have never seen him as a badass in a movie.
Have you read the poem for The Green Knight?
A long time ago. Still haven't gone back to reread it before the movie.
I will very much recommend that you read that before you see that movie.
Okay. I will. Just I have no date to
because
see
I
the movie,
regret
so...
not reading it before watching the movie, and I still
Okay.
love the movie. It doesn't change my opinion on how great the movie is, but it put a new perspective on it, and I think for most people who read it, it'll kind of be the same way.
All right. Movie fan. Hey, Ten and Zach. Ten, come over here. Somebody wants to talk to you. I'm kidding.
Hey,
Did you know that
10!
that we hear the Ghost Rider scene in the film in the stadium in Melbourne, Australia is actually called... Yes, we did. We have a good friend from Australia, Dave Lee Down Under, and he told us all about that, and it looks great. He sent us a few pictures. It's amazing. It looks great. And I was just messing with you. I know you meant Ren. Ren, are you planning on watching Thrice Upon a Time, Evangelion? Yes, I am, but I need to get done with the show first, and eventually I'll need a reminder from you, Easy Hey, about what order to watch things. Because Evangelion is a very interesting world, a very interesting mythology, but its main character is one of the most annoying little bitches I have ever seen in anything fiction. He's up there with Frodo, as far as annoying leads are concerned. I fucking hate Shinji. I don't like... Asuka is the best character in that show. I just want to put that out there.
Free Guy, box office came out for Free Guy. It is exceeding expectations and should earn 26 million to 30 million. It was originally projected to only make 10 to 15.
That's awesome. Dominican Scott, would you watch David Ayer's Suicide Squad on HBO Max? I wouldn't, because I don't have any HBO Max. If I ever watch it, which again I'm not interested in doing that, I'll watch it somewhere else. But I know what you meant, Dominican. I just have no desire to watch it. But Zach, would you watch it if it came out on HBO Max?
Why not? Do a review for
Why
it.
the fuck not?
Exactly.
All right. Movie fan, Zach. Zach could be right about Chloe Bennett, since she hasn't been cast in anything or doesn't have anything upcoming, and she left because of scheduling conflicts. Again, I think Zach could be right too. I don't buy it, but I also would not bet money against it, because I'm not a betting person in general.
Kevin Feige loves pleasing the fans.
He does. WC Scott, if they move Zack Snyder's Justice League 2 to HBO Max exploring the Nightmare timeline, do you bet more and more people will subscribe? No, because they didn't for the first Justice League, and Justice League 2 is dead. Unfortunately, I want to see it. Dude. Don't get me wrong.
I've been saying the animated movie should do it. Just fucking do it in animated form.
Yeah. I think that could work. All right, Chico EP. You know what's funny about the Suicide Squad and Free Guy? Yes, they're both really funny. No, I'm kidding. Spoilers, I guess, for the Suicide Squad. Yeah. Both features Taika Waititi, and both have themes of finding a purpose in life just popped in. True. That's very true, dude. I guess that's why they're two of the most fun, wholesome experiences. Who knew it would be referring to the Suicide Squad as wholesome? That's a good catch. Really good catch, Chico EP. Thank you for sharing. Lady Erin, hi Ren and Zach, two of the best movie reviewers on YouTube and the hosts of the best podcast ever. Damn right. Thank you so much, Erin. That means a lot to us. I finally created a channel so I can chat with you guys. How's your day going so far? Thank you so much for creating a channel, for supporting us, for being here. It means a lot to us. My day is going pretty well. I got my first COVID vaccine. It's here, this little paper. You can see it there if I cover the light a little bit. I'm feeling very well. My guess is going to strike me tomorrow. And Zach, the day is just starting for you because you're in America. Isn't that right?
Yes.
And how is it going so far?
Pretty great, I guess. I literally woke up and then did this and saw your face. So, I guess my day is kind of shitty, I guess, already. But,
Yeah. Whenever someone sees my face in the morning, that's usually what they say.
But I have to go get a haircut once we're done to get rid of all this.
No, let it grow, baby. Let it grow. No. The two long hair dudes on YouTube.
No. My hair used to be down to like here.
Oh, I know. I got a picture this week that you made the mistake of uploading. And now I'll have the opportunity to roast you.
Oh, the one of at the an Instagram.
One of your friends was having a birthday, yeah.
My hair wasn't even that long though. I didn't post the most embarrassing ones. I couldn't find the one of him drunk, passed out on the floor with throw up next to him, so I just went with the nicer
This
stuff.
one was embarrassing enough. I cannot wait for your birthday next year.
How old do you think I was in that photo? I know what grade I was in.
Hang on, let me look at it again. I'm not gonna show it. Don't worry.
Not till next year though.
Yeah, I want to say 13, 14.
I think so. It was like ninth grade, so I was a freshman.
Okay. All right. Cool. Tony Movie Chappie, do you guys think the movie Lightyear, they're going to bring back Buzz Lightyear team like in the show
No.
Buzz Lightyear of Star? No way.
This is like their first man.
Yeah, exactly. The poster looks like First Man. They're not going to have any of the. It's going to be. This sounds kind of stupid when I say it, but it's going to be like a real person from Earth that goes to space, and maybe it does find aliens, and maybe the aliens do look like the ones from Buzz Lightyear Star Command.
And
but
maybe
this
there
going
is
to be actually.
a team.
Yeah,
you
but
know?
this,
Who knows?
but this is actually going to be the real astronaut that inspired in the world of Toy Story the creation of the toy Buzz Lightyear.
I'm still curious to see who's the director.
Same. No, we know who the director is.
Who?
He's not famous. He has a Spanish or an Italian name. Hang on. Lightyear.
First one to find it.
Lightyear. Starring Chris Evans. Come on.
Angus MacLane.
Yeah, Angus MacLane. That's
he co-directed Finding
He's
Dory.
That's it. I love Finding Dory.
I don't.
All right. Eric Thorpe. What franchise would you most like to see a what-if type series for other than Marvel? For me, I'd say Game of Thrones, and I like Season 8, but just feel there's so many possibilities with that story all the same. That's a fair point. They would never do it. Obviously, one of the obvious answers is Star Wars, but I would love to see a what-if series for Power Rangers. I know nobody else here watching this show is like, oh, I don't care about that. But I would love to see it.
Let's do a what if Ren was a woman and got pregnant.
Well, you had to.
That's what I want to see.
All right. Triller Gamer. Ren, they just announced on Twitter they're making a live action My Hero Academia movie. They announced the director, Shinsuke Sato, I believe that's his name, who previously has done a few manga adaptations.
Don't do a show, do a movie if you're gonna do it, or do a show.
No, they're doing a movie. I wish they did a show. I think this is actually one that could work. I'm not against the very notion of adapting anime or manga to live action. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I think there's properties that just don't work. My Hero Academia, I think it's a property that can work, but I wish it was a show. I don't think it will work as a movie. All right, thank you so much, Troll Gamer. Movie fan, haven't been hearing much about Fantastic Beasts 3. Any thoughts? Oh, we have. Nothing confirmed. We talked about this like last month or 2 months ago, that apparently Warner Brothers is not happy with the latest cut. They want to go back and do some reshoots, but they have already done reshoots, and the actors now have moved on to other projects. So it's in shambles right now. Fantastic Beasts 3 is not in a good place from the information that we're getting. And again, that information might not be true. But nobody has come out to officially confirm it nor deny it.
Let's say that. The test screening
was not good, yeah.
Which is a big indication.
Yeah, and so sorry for the bad news, movie fan, but unfortunately there's, from what we know, and again, what we know is not confirmed, so take it with a grain of salt, but what we know is not good. Eric Thorpe, do you think we'll see more from the timelines from each episode of What If, like in future seasons maybe? Yeah, we're just talking about that. I think so. I think there's a good possibility they're going to check which episodes, which stories, timelines people respond to the most. And I kid you not, I watched the second episode, the one that's coming out this week. I wanted already an entire series of just that timeline and the adventures of that character. So that's how much I love it. Um, Chico EP. I thought nice. I thought the Captain Carter episode was entertaining. Where's his dick?
Why does he have a dump truck for an ass?
Was entertaining, but was pretty much of a remake of the first Avenger with Peggy, and it just rushed to me. And some of the voice work, I love the voice work, man.
Me too.
Like there were two people who didn't come back, and that was the Red Skull and Chris Evans. But Josh Keaton is an amazing voice actor, and the guy who voiced Red Skull in Infinity War came back to voice him here, and he sounds exactly the same as Hugo Weaving to me.
He does in voice impressions though. He's from The Walking Dead.
Yeah. Ross Marquand or Marquand?
Marquand.
Something like that. Marquand. Thank you. Lady Erin, you guys don't ever deserve bad comments. If anyone is mean to you guys, I'll defend you guys for life. Always focus on the positives in life. Thank you so much, Erin. But it comes with the territory. You put a YouTube channel out there talking about anything, you're going to get bad comments. It's just about learning to live with them and not letting them get to you. But I truly appreciate the encouraging words. They mean a lot. All right. Luis Luciano, a Michael Pena Luis Disney Plus show would be interesting with Breaking Bad writer Marion Dare, since his friends were criminals before, and his friends were criminals before Ant-Man. Thoughts? I don't know how a show like that could work. What I do want is anytime you go into an MCU movie or show, and now you go into season 2s of certain shows, the recap at the beginning is all narrated by Luis, talking over the images that are going in the recap. That's what I want. More Luis and his group of friends, please. All right. We had a jump. I apologize. Where are we? Lady Erin. I saw Annette a few days ago, and it was my first time to the movie theaters in about 19 months. Oh, wow. That's one weird one to start with, but you loved it, so I'm glad you loved it. I loved Annette so much, and it was the best films that I have seen in a little while. Speaking of Annette, is there any song that you liked from the movie? And also, what's your favorite musical of all time? My favorite is La La Land. Well, my favorite is La La Land too. I was a big fan of the instrumentals in the songs from Annette. I wasn't big on the lyrics, but if I had to pick a favorite, I think the movie starts with one bombastic number, which is called May We Start, I believe.
Yeah.
So that's the one that stood. Obviously, there's another one that sticks out for the imagery in it. That it's, I guess the name of the song is "We Love Each Other So Much" because that's literally all they say, lyric-wise. But Zach, what did you think? Was there any of the songs that you prefer to the others?
Is that the one when they're fucking?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't love I love my experience with the film, but it's something I'll probably never watch again. La La Land is my favorite musical, but it's mostly the music. I didn't think the actual lyrics were great, to be honest.
Yeah.
And they're not catchy.
From what I got, by the way, and I don't know if any of them are watching it, but in my review for Annette, I got a lot of Sparks fans, and honestly, that's one of the best fan communities out there for the Sparks brothers, because they were all kind. None of them were like, "Oh, you don't know the Sparks" and whatnot. They were just, "Hey, I love the Sparks."
Did
I'm
you watch
really
the
glad you
documentary?
enjoyed this. No, not yet. It's not anywhere here.
Seriously? Not in VOD?
Yeah,
you can probably
I'm
VPN for here.
I'm also not a documentary guy, so
Neither am I.
maybe if I watch it, it's just because it's Edgar Wright.
That's what I was gonna say. Dude, you should watch it just for Edgar Wright. You should watch it.
Maybe I will, but I will just say, I will confess right here, I will have no rush in watching the Sparks movie. If it gets nominated for the Oscars next year, I'll be like, yeah, okay, now is the time before the Oscars to watch it.
Fair enough.
But yeah. But I'm glad you loved Annette. Very happy for you, Aaron. GOP, I love Drag Me to Hell. It has that Evil Dead style that I love. I hope that style is in Multiverse of Madness. It looks a bit cheap to be in Multiverse of Madness. What do you think, Zach? Do you think we see a lot of that, or a polished big budgeted version of
We're gonna
this
get what he
style.
did with Spider-Man. I mean, Drag Me to Hell was made for less than probably $5 million. Doctor
Yeah,
Strange
true.
is getting a lot. I
Let's
mean,
check.
the fact that Sam Raimi's going for Gorath and shit, if that's true, as the villain.
What do you think? What do you think was the budget for Drag Me to Hell?
5 million.
Sorry to disappoint you, Zach. It was 30 million.
Oh Jesus, fuck! How?
Yeah.
How?
I don't know.
I mean, there is a lot
I
of
have no
practical
clue.
effects in there. I will say it's a lot
Yeah.
of practical stuff. So I guess I could see how.
All right. Movie fan, what are you guys thinking of Evil Dead Rise? I saw the post from the director showing a lot of blood. Zach?
Can I take this one? You're not a fan of Evil Dead, so I'll take this one.
I have nothing to say. I don't know what this is.
So it's a new film. There's a couple things. I don't like that it's only going to HBO Max. I absolutely hate that because it was originally announced to only go in theaters.
Does it
and then they
belong to
switched
Warner Brothers?
The rights are really fucked
Okay, it's
up.
tricky. It's okay.
Yeah,
Don't worry
the
about that.
rights are super fucked for Evil Dead. Like, so like when they came out with the Ash vs. the Evil Dead, they could not reference Army of Darkness. They couldn't reference it at all. But, just because the people who own it didn't want to give any rights to it. So, and they wanted like creative control over Ash vs. the Evil Dead. So it's dumb. Like they would reference it, but they would never say actually it. So I love the Evil Dead. It's my favorite horror franchise of all time. They're cheesy, they're fun, they're fucking weird, and they're crazy. And I love each and every one for their own different reason. Even the new remake, even the show, I love it. I love Bruce Campbell. I'm hesitant on this. I know Sam Raimi directly picked this director to do this film, so I have nothing wrong with the director. It's the fact that it takes place in a high-rise, from what I understand, which is different than the cabin and stuff like that. I just, not having Ash in it is the thing that hesitates me. Because if I were going to get another Evil Dead film, I'd rather want one with Jane Levy continuing her journey from the remake. And I remember they always talked about wanting to connect in the show, having Jane Levy and Ash meet up. Because they do like time travel and shit like that. I'm like, that would have been cool to have them come from different universes and stuff. Because the way that Ash vs. the Evil Dead ends is he's in a Mad Max post-apocalyptic world. That's where it ends at. And it made sense because that's Evil Dead always ends in a weird way like that. And it got canceled, but it fit for what they were trying to do. So, you know, I'm interested in this film. I'm disappointed I'm not going to be able to see it in theaters.
All right. Gico EP, do you guys think Elena will join the Thunderbolts after Hawkeye? I feel like she might have the same arc as Natasha, where she starts out bad, but then Clint convinces her that Valentina lied to her about him killing Natasha and double crosses her and turns good. A little similar to how Clint helped turn Natasha over to join the event. I think the exact same thing. I don't see how Yelena is still evil after Hawkeye. It ends. It's a very simple conversation that can happen.
They're gonna fight. Here's what's gonna happen.
They're gonna fight.
They're gonna
fight a little more until
Bishop
Clint actually finds
good.
like proof, finds pictures or something. He took a picture of Natasha. Hey, see, I was recording. She threw herself down there. But yeah,
it's just
I don't think so. I'm with you, and I really like. I really like the repetition of that arc. I think it makes total sense.
It'll be quicker though. It won't be a bunch of movie. It'll be one done, and then she'll leave them.
I think maybe we have 2 episodes dedicated to that because you also don't want to resolve it too quickly because at first Hawkeye won't know who she is.
Maybe
so I think we have an episode.
He might.
Yeah, but he might.
Natasha.
He might.
I will. Yeah. I'm going to say this. If he doesn't know, I think that's fucking stupid. I will be flat out honest. I think that's dumb. Because I know Natasha was secretive, but her best friend was Clint. Her best friend.
But I think even then it's more interesting because then Clint is like, she didn't tell me that she had a sister. Like, how does he feel about that being her best friend?
But timeline-wise, though, after Black Widow and all that events, I feel like she would have opened up, sometime during Endgame or stuff like that. I will be honest. I still will be honest. I really wish they would have mentioned something in Endgame about them. She got blocked.
By the way,
No way.
Zach, you gotta go check out the message that Dave just sent in the chat. It's the funniest shit ever. It's the funniest comment he's ever gotten. All right, movie fan. I was looking at the Shang-Chi runtime, and it says 2 hours and 12 minutes in the U.S., but in Australia it says 2 hours and 20 minutes. I'm going to watch Shang-Chi in Australia because you have the. Told you it was funny.
This is why I wish we could post GIFs or photos to comments on YouTube. Because
Yes.
I would just post
Thank
the
you.
fucking Wikipedia page of that. I would literally just
Yeah.
post it.
Yeah. Look, movie fan, you look like you have the longest version of Shang-Chi, so you're in luck. I want to see the longest version of Shang-Chi possible. So give me that. I might catch a flight next week to go down there. I'll stay in either. Who do I know in Australia? I'll stay
Patrick.
in either Dave Lee's
Burrow.
house, in Patrick Burrow's house. Oh, I'm forgetting the second name. Casey. What was
Cosley.
her second name? Cosley. Casey Cosley. I know Casey Cosley as well. Is that it? Are those all? I'll say in your house, movie fan, if you'll have me. No, I'm kidding. I'm not catching any flights. But yeah, sounds like you have the longest version, dude, and that's awesome. Alvin Marabay. As a Star Wars fan, is it required to watch all Star Wars animated series? No. And if somebody ever tells you in any fandom that to be a fan you have to watch every single thing, you slap him in the face and tell
I
them
saw
to
one
go
guy say, if you don't know who Darth Revan is, you're not a real Star Wars fan. Bitch, he's barely even canon. Shut the fuck up.
shave your head and go to sleep. That's what I say.
And eat a ball sack.
And eat 2 ball sacks. But yeah, Alvin, you don't have to. In fact, I recommend you don't waste your time with Bad Batch so far. Zach will disagree, and that's fine.
I would just say, like, if you watch Clone Wars and like it, why not? Just to put on in the background.
Also fair. I will say this: watch the first episode of Bad Batch, the first like 75-minute episode of Bad Batch. It's a cool side story for Star Wars, and you can just imagine the rest and not waste your time. In that. Tony Movie Chappie, Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance up they with the Hellboy reboot being one of the biggest guilty pleasures. Don't get me wrong, it's not a good movie, but it's a blast to watch. And I fully respect that. And guilty pleasures are natural, my friend. So I'm glad you find enjoyment in those, even if just for guilty pleasure. All right. Luis Feliciano, thoughts on Naya Rivera voicing Catwoman in The Long Halloween Parts 1 and 2? There's actually a review for both those movies on my channel if you want to go check those out. I'm not familiar with Naya Rivera, but I thought whoever, and it's her, the voice of Catwoman was really well done. I really enjoyed it. She doesn't stand out like as the best Catwoman amongst all the Catwomen there have been in animation or live action,
Catwoman.
but I thought she was good. There was no like issue to point out with her for me. All right. Ooh, Jigo EP. Let me catch my breath and let me find 2 of 2. Okay, 2 of 2 is here. Who's an actor or actress that you guys couldn't stand and weren't a fan of at first, but over time they started to grow on you? For me, surprisingly, Jai Courtney from Die Hard 5, Divergent, and Terminator Genesis. I was ready to say he was one of the worst actors working today, but ever since then I've seen him in other films and he works better as a supporting player. The first time I saw Jai Courtney was in my favorite show of all time, Spartacus. He plays one of Spartacus's best friends in the first season. So then I was just excited to see him in all those things. And I did not like him in Die Hard 5. I did not like him in Divergent. I didn't like anyone in Divergent, to be honest. And I did like him in Terminator Genesis, but I know I'm alone in that. So
I liked him in
I
Terminator.
know I'm in the minority.
I liked him in there too.
Who's an actor I wasn't a fan of, but I've turned out to be a fan of? It's happened a long time ago, so it's not a recent thing that this person has started to transform. And when I say that name, let's not spoil anyone a certain movie that he is in right now, or a certain movie that he is in very soon.
I know you're gonna say.
Channing Tatum. Channing Tatum, for the longest time, I thought he was absolutely horrible. He brought nothing to the screen. And then he did Magic Mike, and I'm like, okay, he was pretty good in that. And then he did 21 Jump Street, and I was like, he was pretty good in that too. He's really good in comedies. And then he did 22 Jump Street, which I actually just rewatched this past week, and it's better than 21. And he's amazing in that. And he's turned into a really fun, energetic, dynamic actor.
There's a film
Go ahead.
I want to say, because that was actually going to be mine. It's Foxcatcher. Foxcatcher completely changed my
Foxcatcher, yes, thank you. How did I blank on that one? Foxcatcher is really.
He should have been nominated. He should have been nominated that year.
I don't love Foxcatcher, but I love all of the performances in it immensely.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
it's a hard film to watch.
Great really question, Jiggly. All right. Hey, my two favorite geeks back again. I hope you're both having a wonderful day. Just tuning in to listen while I drive to work at 1:35 a.m. Dude, thank you for being with us at this time. Jesus. And then he says some blasphemy that I'm not going to... It's on the screen. You can see it. I will not honor this last sentence of yours, Patrick Burrow. And I will not stay at your house if I go to Australia just because of that. All right. Where are we? Cinematic pictures and really fucking great photo you have there, dude. Have either of you seen the Disney Plus show Monsters at Work? If so, what do you think? We've talked a little bit about this. I've not seen the latest episode. I've not seen the episode that came out this week. Anytime Mike and Sully are on screen, it's fantastic. I think Tylor is an interesting character. I think it's perfectly fun, serviceable, but I'm not really digging this story. These last, I watched, because I had missed episode 4, 5, and 6. I think 7 came out this week. And those last 3 episodes have gotten better when it comes to that story. The misadventures they're having are getting more fun to watch. But I'm still not like completely won over. Like, I love this. Like, whenever Mike and Sully are there, fucking awesome. Those scenes, those moments, I fully recommend. The rest of the show still needs to work a little bit better for me. But it's not a bad show at all. Not a bad show at all. Much better than I expected. Ren and Zach, we are getting a Pokemon Presents on August 18th, which is this Wednesday, and we'll be getting more details on the Diamond and Pearl remakes. Finally, are you guys excited for it? I am. I usually don't watch the actual Pokemon Presents, the Nintendo Directs and that stuff they do. I only watch like the news bits that come out after that, usually when it's specific Pokemon, because they usually upload a trailer or something to YouTube, so I just watch that. But I'm really excited for the Diamond and Pearl remakes. I already have them both pre-ordered, so I cannot wait for it. And hopefully we hear something about a next gen already. But Sword and Shield came out already. Yes, I know. Yeah, but it's not a new gen. The Arceus something.
You're not gonna play it?
Arceus. I am. I'm just saying the thing I always get the most excited for Pokemon stuff is whenever they present a new gen. Sometimes it ends up being disappointed, but I'm always excited to get more Pokemon. New Pokemon that I haven't seen before. And now the interesting thing is, let me see if I can find it. Pokemon Fire Starters Zodiac, because the Zodiac the Pokemon Fire Starters have all been Pokemon from the Chinese Zodiac. And right now, with the gens that we have, there are only 4 missing. Let me see if I can bring it up. Great question, Aaron, because now I'm geeking out about Pokemon. Okay, so as you can see, now we are missing the ox, we are missing the snake, we are missing the horse, and we are missing the sheep. because we already have a rat in Cyndaquil, a pig in Tepig, a dog, which is technically a fox, in I don't remember their name because I didn't like them. A rooster in Torchic, which is my favorite. A monkey in Chimchar, dragon in Charmander, rabbit in Scorbunny, and tiger in I'm forgetting his name too. He ends up being an Embor at the end. Not an Embor. No, not Infernape. I'm forgetting. Litten. His name is Litten. So, Zach, the next generation of Pokemon, whenever it comes out, what do you think we got for the fire starter? An ox, a snake, a horse, or a sheep?
Snaky snake.
Snaky snake. I'm actually going with either ox or horse.
Okay.
And we already have quite a few like horse type fire creatures. So whenever that one comes, they really gotta make it stand out in terms of design. But yeah, I'm really excited for Pokemon, Aaron. I'm very excited. I'm always very excited for Pokemon. Jigglypuff. It was mainly Sebastian Stan, and some of the others I was mixed on. You kind of tell they're not trained voice actors, or to put it better, done it before. That's fair. I still disagree. Everyone else really did flow for me, but I do see your point. Absolutely, Jigglypuff. Movie fan, what do you think of the upcoming Texas Chainsaw Massacre reboot? I'm hearing it's not going to be good. I've not been paying attention. I've never been a fan of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I've only ever seen like the original from the 70s, 60s. I think it's 70s. So I've not been paying attention to the new one. I don't know a lot of information about it, so I really have no fair thoughts. Whether I like it or I hate it, I have no informed opinion to give on this one, unfortunately. Zach, how about you?
I actually know someone who went to a test screening of it.
Okay. Can you share?
No, they're very like, I can't say if they liked it or not.
Okay, fair enough.
I wish I could.
Okay. Sholo Maridueña, and I hope that's how I pronounce his first name, as Blue Beetle thoughts. Also, apparently, Sam Rockwell is in Armor Wars. Until I hear an official word, I don't believe that about Sam Rockwell. No thoughts on Sholo as Blue Beetle. I'm completely indifferent to a Blue Beetle. Obviously, when the movie comes out, I'll watch it, but I just have no love or hate, for that matter, for the character. And I have never seen Sholo in anything because apparently he's from Cobra Kai. I don't watch Cobra Kai. But how about you, Zach? I think you were excited.
I love him as Blue Beetle. Perfect choice.
Okay.
I love Blue Beetle, so I'm excited.
All right.
I'm just, again, should be in theaters, not HBO Max. Same thing with Batgirl. Should be in theaters, not HBO Max. I think it's dumb, but okay.
All right. Switch directors. Which would you watch? Zack Snyder's The Avengers or the Russo brothers' Justice League?
Russo brothers' Justice League.
I think so too. I
love Zack Snyder more as a director though, but I don't see him doing, at least in the vein that I see these characters, if that makes sense. The established characters right now.
All right. Hot take for its 10th anniversary. Here we go. Green Lantern is a good, but it's really isn't good. I'm guessing you meant to say it really isn't. Okay, here we go. Isn't really that bad either. It's coherent enough and more watchable in 2016's Suicide Squad and Justice League, in my opinion. The OA stuff is chef's kiss. You know what? I agree. I don't hate Green Lantern that much. I don't think it's a bad movie. If you ask me, hey Ren, is Green Lantern good or bad? I will say it's bad. It's just not that bad. I think. Zach, you never finished this one, correct?
No,
do you remember up to which point you did watch it?
I don't remember.
Okay. I think you should. I think you should watch it till the end, at least to say whether you fully like it or fully dislike it. Because I don't think it's that bad at all.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Gico EP, what if they got directors of Captain Marvel back for the first Captain Marvel for Secret Invasion?
No.
Then maybe the hype for Secret Invasion might go down, as their direction was one of the reasons why
They're
the
not
movie
going to get
was
them
just
again. There's a
okay.
reason they're not doing the next one.
No, I don't think so. For Secret Invasion, do we already have a showrunner for Secret Invasion?
Yes, but I don't remember who does.
Okay, I don't remember either, so that's why I had to ask.
I will say, Ren, I do have a hard out in 5 minutes. I gotta be somewhere.
Yeah, no worries, no worries. Margot Robbie's house is a good suggestion, but Gico EP will be happy if I do that, because that means I will get a restraining order, and I will never hear the end of it from him. All right. All right, Gico EP, let me find the second one. All right. Do you guys get mad when somebody touches one of the stuff and doesn't put it back? Yes. This happened to me recently with my Blu-ray. Somebody in my family took my Role Models Blu-ray and didn't put it back and lost it. Bro. They're buying you another one. Whatever you paid for that Blu-ray, you're taking them to Walmart or Target or whatever, and they're buying you a new one. I would not risk. If they lost me a movie that I didn't give you permission to touch, I will drag your ass to the Blu-ray store, and you're gonna buy me a new version of that film. Zach, any thoughts?
Fuck them. Fuck them.
Not
I would
literally.
never let them borrow a movie again.
Not literally.
No, literally. Fuck them. Pull a knife out.
All right.
Hurt them.
Movie database.
Get your money
Hey
back.
guys, what's up? What's the next film you are really excited to see? Well, Zach's gonna say Shang-Chi because the son of a bitch is watching it this week. So many, dude. So many. Shang-Chi obviously is one. Dune is my number 1 of this year. Eternals is my number 2 of this year. Last Night in Soho is probably my number 3. I still haven't seen The Green Knight. No Time to Die. Lots of them are
Kenneth
up
Branagh's
there.
new film, Belfast.
Oh yeah, that comes out this year?
Yeah, it's premiering at TIFF.
Fuck, I need that. Damn them if they don't put that on LFF.
I'd be absolutely shocked if it's not at LFF.
Tyler Van, good friend of the show. Are you guys excited for The Monarch? It comes out next week. We addressed it at the beginning of the show. I still haven't seen the trailer. It doesn't come out over here, so I can let that one rest. I have no shot, unfortunately, at seeing that one this week. But Zach, you're seeing it this week. You're very excited.
I didn't. They're not doing screeners.
Oh damn, that's.
And I'm gonna be honest, I'm not gonna pay
not
for
a
it.
good sign.
I'm gonna wait till it's streaming. I love Neil Blomkamp's District 9. I'm not waiting. I'm not gonna have to spend my money.
All right. Shave your head and go to sleep. Love it. How is Disney Plus going to tackle the MCU series? Are they rebooting the previous Netflix ones? The Netflix ones were never MCU.
No,
they like
just
to
think about
pretend
it.
they
Multiverse,
were
different
multiverse, but also they just never were MCU. They always refer to the MCU. Think about it this way: they always refer to the MCU. The MCU never addressed them whatsoever at all. The one thing they ever did at all at one point was have the guy who was in Captain Carter in Endgame. But even then, it doesn't address Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Jessica Jones, Luke Cage. I was about to say Luke Carter, and I don't know who Luke Carter is. Iron Fist, Daredevil, nothing. So they were never MCU. But I love a few of those shows, but unfortunately, they were never MCU.
I'm gonna stick for the last question. This last question.
All right.
Make it the best one possible, Ren.
Let's go. I'm going to jump a few because I'll stay a little bit more with you guys. Eric Thorpe. Let's finish with Eric Thorpe for Zach. Do you think we'll see Peter Dinklage's character from Infinity War E3 return in another MCU movie?
No,
I wouldn't bet on it,
I wouldn't be
but I don't think it's
surprised.
impossible. Like in another big event, maybe in Thor 4, Love and Thunder, I think it's very possible. How about you, Zach?
Oh, I guess when you say like Love and Thunder, maybe. But
Mhm.
at the same time, I don't know. I don't see it like being like, oh, like you're gonna have to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just like a weird thing. I don't see him coming into play, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I agree with you. I just don't think it's entirely impossible, but I also don't think it's probable. Like 15% chance we ever see him again.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. All right, Zach, before you go, let the people know where you got coming up and where they can find you.
So reviews of the Protege, Night House.
Night
No
House.
Shang-Chi review this week, but I will be able to tweet my reaction after I see it.
Ooh.
We can, social media embargo from what I understand. I can't remember which day it is this week, but I'm pretty sure by the time I see it, it's already up. Because the premiere is Monday. The red carpet premiere is Monday. Really, really excited to see the movie. And then I'm going to plan on seeing Reminiscence. Still deciding if I'll do a review for it, just because I'm seeing it a little bit later than everyone else will be. Brennan will actually be seeing it before me. Lucky bastard.
You're seeing
really-
Shang-Chi. Fuck you.
Yeah, but I'm low-key more excited for Reminiscence. I'm more low-key excited
Okay.
for that. Not saying anything against Shang-Chi. I'm really excited for that. But
Yeah.
Reminiscence is like one of my favorite, most anticipated of the year. So, and then, still trying to figure out if your boy can just go to Canada for like 2 days. That's all. I'm still trying to figure it out. Like, do I go? Do I not? Type shit.
Should I stay or should I go now?
Exactly. If I go, I'm literally going for 1 day, see Dune, and come back. I'm not even gonna get an Airbnb or a hotel. I'll literally sleep at the airport. So we'll see, brother. But anyway, I see what you got coming up in your channel. See your Reminiscence review. Have a great everyone. I hope you guys all stay safe.
Stay safe, Zach. All right, guys. I'm going to stay with you. So we're at 2 hours, 11 minutes. I think we're going to try to go to 2 hours, 30. Let's have the longest Geeks of the Roundtable episode be today's episode 74. I think it's episode 74. We covered this one. We covered this one. We were in Tyler Van. We did Movie Database, GQVP. Excuse me. GQVP. Another answer for me is probably Kristen Stewart and our Pats. Yep. I will agree with that. When Twilight was out, we were all ready to say they were emotionless and bland. To be fair, in those movies, they were. They really were. But ever since then, and even before Twilight, where is GQVP's number 2? Is it this one? No. Where's number 2? GQVP, I can't find it. Oh my god. I can't find your number 2, dude. Unless... Damn. I can't find your number 2, dude. I'm so sorry. But yeah, I agree with this. Because to be fair, in these movies, they were very emotionless and bland. Hey, yo. My weekly ranking by Movies and Train Studios. Number 1, Man of Steel. My man. Number 2, Suicide Squad. The Suicide Squad. Number 2, The Jackie Robinson Story. 42. Number 3, 42. The Jackie Robinson Story. Number 4, Black Widow. Number 5, Just Go With It. That's the Adam Sandler, Jennifer Aniston one. Yeah, not good. It deserves a number 5. Alrighty. I hope you agree with me, Ren, but my least favorite gen of Pokemon is Black and White. I don't agree. And before I do talk about my least favorite, I don't dislike any gen of Pokemon. Like, absolutely dislike. I think the latest gen with Sword and Shield, it has some really good Pokemon, but I think overall the gen is very weak. It only has like 100 Pokemon or something. Same with Johto. I know a lot of people love Johto. Johto actually has a few of my all-time favorite Pokemon. I just think as a whole, it's very lacking compared to the others. But I want to know what is your favorite gen of Pokemon. Because I'm very curious, because I know for a lot of people it's the first one. A lot of people around my age, their favorite is the Kanto region, the Kanto gen, because that's the first one that we interacted with. I was there. I was there for the birth of the first gen of Pokemon. My favorite, it's still Owen. I fucking love the third gen. I don't dislike any Pokemon in that gen, from the starters to the main roster of the gen to the legendaries. I love Owen so fucking much. So fucking much. The fox one is Fennekin. Thank you, Lady Erin. The cat one is Litten and fully evolves into Incineroar. You know why I forget? Because I do give nicknames to my Pokemon. Sometimes when I don't actually like the name they were given, I give them nicknames, so I forget, but thank you for reminding me. I'm a huge Pokemon fan, so I can help you guys on anything Pokemon related to. Thank you so much, Aaron. Trailer Gamer. Sony is apparently hosting a panel on August 23rd, I think, maybe No Way Home teaser, or at least or something. Yes, that's a good shout, a really good shout, because that, if I'm not mistaken, that is CinemaCon. CinemaCon, Sony has reserved 3 hours for stage presentation. They should probably have a Spider-Man No Way Home by then. Because now, so it comes out, if it comes out in December, so we're in August, and this is like the end of August, so 2 weeks from now, I think. August, September, October, November. We're like in that threshold where it's good to start now with your campaign. Not going full throttle, but start. Put something out there, something official. So that's a good shout, Trailer Gamer. Thank you. Jigo and P, who are actors that people complain about their singing, but you don't think they're that bad? Some say Emma Stone and Ryan Gosling singing in La La Land were bad, but I thought they were adequate. They were great. Emma Stone, especially, she was great. People who I don't have like very unpopular opinions on that. Though I guess I don't dislike Russell Crowe as much as others. I think the mistake in Les Mis was not Russell Crowe, was in general them singing live and not ADR'd. Because Russell Crowe, he doesn't have a pleasant voice. Just want to make that. He doesn't have a pleasant voice, but he does hit the notes. So I think people are sometimes too harsh on Russell Crowe in Les Mis. Dominican Scott. Let me just get water, because my throat is starting to get sore. All right, Dominican Scott. Switch directors. Joss Whedon's Avengers Infinity War, Zack Snyder's Age of Ultron. I think I'm actually going with Zack Snyder's Age of Ultron in this one. Because I think it was very important that the same directors told a very different story in Infinity War and Endgame. But Age of Ultron specifically, I think I can see Zack tackling that one. So I think I'm going with Zack Snyder's Age of Ultron in this one. Great question, dude. Great question. My God. Eric Thorpe reviews. One of my friends lost my entire... I wasn't even prepared to read this, man. I'm going to get angry. All right. One of my friends, ex-friends that is, lost my entire Blu-ray box set of Game of Thrones Season 1 way back. And I'm over it now, though, that I have the full series collector's Blu-ray set in 4K, never lending them out, though, of course. You shouldn't. You shouldn't ever lend anything out. That's an ex-friend right there. Did he at least give you the money back? Did he give you any compensation at all? Because I hate that guy, and I don't even know him. But tell him I hate him. Not that he cares. Patrick Burrow. It's okay, Ryan. I will house you while you come to Australia to see Shang-Chi, so you can get that longer version. Just so you know, Dragon Ball Evolution will be watched during your stay. It will not. I will not stay there. Australia is I will stay in the outback to avoid seeing Dragon Ball Evolution. That's where I'll stay with the snakes and the coyotes and the dingoes and the crocodiles and alligators and every other animal species out there to avoid to avoid Dragon Ball Evolution. That's how much I want to avoid it. And Patrick, if next week you're not working at this time, and if you want to be on the show, just say so. There, I put it out there. You guys asked for guests. I just invited a guest right now on the show. By the way, did you guys notice I'm still in focus and the squares are not around my face anymore? But I do have these big ones here on the edges of the frame. But it works better. It's a better visual. Switch directors. Here we go again. Joss Whedon's Avengers Endgame or Zack Snyder's Captain America Civil War. I don't necessarily like either of them. Again, given by my previous argument, I would have to go with Zack Snyder's Civil War. But I still am not too big on that one. Still not too big on that one. I would think it would... If we're doing a switch, I think a Joss Whedon Civil War would be more interesting. So if that was an option, I would pick that. But out of the options you gave, given these options, I don't know why I blanked. Zack Snyder's Civil War sounds more interesting. GoP, Ren, did you see John Campea saying he had no interest in watching the rest of What If? No, I did not. After episode 1, even though, like all the other reviewers, he was a screener for the first 3 episodes. You think he should give the rest of the episodes a chance? Because I heard episode 3 might be the one to get people on board in the show. I think episode 2 might be the one that gets people on board. Yeah, Campea is just not that interested in animation. He also doesn't like Clone Wars. He didn't like The Bad Batch. I eventually turned out not to like The Bad Batch either. Look, do I think he should give the other episodes a shot? Yeah, because they're an anthology series, for sure. They're all going to be very different. But I'll tell you a little story why I didn't see that he said that. I'm behind on John Campea's shows, which is one of the things I follow religiously, like out of the stuff that I watch on YouTube. But I always watch the shows when I'm working out. So sometimes he has stuff to do. He's a very busy man. He's very successful. He's got a very good life. So sometimes he cannot do the show. He usually does Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Fridays, Thursdays, Fridays. But sometimes he can't. So I leave myself behind on shows on purpose just so I always have his show to watch when I work out. Because if I keep up to date, there might come a day where I don't have anything to watch during a workout. So that's my strategy to watch the John Campea show. Just a funny story I wanted to share with you guys. All right. Oh, hang on. We had to jump. Okay. Eric Thorpe. I'm in Canada, but I doubt I'll be able to get tickets to Dune at TIFF or any other TIFF movies I actually want to see every time I go. It's always some movie I don't really want to see. Dude, I hope you get a chance to watch as many movies as you can this year. Over here at LFF, it's actually pretty easy for the public to get tickets for the public screenings at LFF. So I hope you get a chance to watch it. All right. Oh, number 2 was under Movies and Train Studios. Let me see then. Let me see if I can find it. Because I tried to see, because here's one of 2. Movies and... I don't see it. Like, I see this, then it's Movie Train Studios, and then it's Aaron's comment about the anniversary. Those are the 3 comments. So I don't think number 2 went through. Because then your next comment is this one. So I'm sorry for not being able to find it, dude. Hang on. Okay, we had this one. Saying goodbye to Zach. Okay, here it is. That's so hard for me as a massive Pokemon fan. Number 1, Sinnoh. Sinnoh is a great one. Number 2, Alola. I think Alola got a lot of hate. I really like Alola. Unova, Galar, Kanto, Johto. Oh, and at number 7, you're gonna make me cry, Aaron. And Kalos. Is Kalos 6 or 7? Kalos. Okay, Kalos is 6. It's the one with Greninja and whatnot. Or is that 7? I think that's 6. I think that's 6. I like Kalos quite a bit too, actually. All right. Patrick Burrow. Hell yeah, man. I love to join for the show next week. Would be honored. Also adding on to the snakes and Outback, we had a 4-meter carpet. The fact that you even call it a carpet python says a lot. Carpet python in our backyard the other day. Jesus Christ. Look, I love snakes. I've posed with snakes at like zoos and whatnot for pictures. I love snakes, but in controlled environments. If I saw a snake, a carpet python in my backyard, I would flip the fuck out. All right. All right, and these are the last few ones, so let's address them. Candyman comes out in 2 to 3 weeks. Are you excited, and what do you think it could do for the genre, as well as reinvigorating Candyman as a franchise down the track? So what I say recently, when did I watch it? Because I know I watched it here in London, but I spent a month. I spent like July essentially in Portugal, but I know I watched Candyman while I was over here. I don't know if it was recently or back in June before going to Portugal. I watched the original Candyman, and it was dreadfully boring. I was so bored watching that movie. So the new one, and I've only watched the first trailer. You guys know how it works. I watched first trailers, and that is it. I'm not too terribly excited. I'm not incredibly excited, but I'm not against it. I'm super curious because it's Nia DaCosta, and Nia DaCosta was hired after Candyman to do Captain Marvel 2, so I'm very interested to see in what she has to say. I know the original Candyman has sequels. I never watched the sequels. I've only seen the original. I did not care for the original, honestly. So I hope it's good, man. And I don't know if it's coming out around the same time here, but it's coming out in 2 to 3 weeks. I need to start see if I can find some Sony. Is it Sony? I don't know if it's Sony. Well, whoever is handling Candyman, I need to start finding some contacts. MIF 2021. I'm guessing that's the Melbourne International Film Festival. Got cancelled due to the lockdown, and as said, so many tickets to so many films I've been hearing good things about. That's always a shame when festivals get cancelled, man. It's a real shame, man. I'm so sorry to hear that. Kalos is 6, so I was right there. The reason why Owen so low is not because of the Pokemon, as the list of Pokemon there is incredible. The region format itself is just really underwhelming and perfectly understandable, Aaron. It's all subjective. And like you said, you don't dislike any of them. I don't dislike any of them. Luis Feliciano, in the trailers for What If, are suggesting Nick Fury is a Hydra agent since it looks like him and Natasha killed Tony in the events of Iron Man 2. I can't say anything, man. I can't say anything. Disney has a sniper on me already. I can't say anything. I can't even say if I watched that episode or not. I don't know if I watched that episode. You'll have to wait and find out. The carpet python, it was actually super... Okay, that's good. Maybe that's why it's called a carpet python, because they're sweet and they're okay to have at home. We had someone come out and catch it, but in the end, the guy stayed for like an hour monitoring us as my mom, sister, and I... Dude, that's awesome! Okay, now I kind of want one of those to show up in my place so I can keep it as a pet. I can train it, maybe. Maybe it's my Pokemon. You know what? Give me a snake fire starter on the next generation. All right. I only got experience in the Owen region when playing the remakes Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, which are awesome. But Owen is still a good region for me, Ren. So I hope no, I'm not mad at you. We're all friends here. Just because we disagree, we're not getting mad at each other. That's the beautiful thing about this community that I'm really proud I created here with you guys. Um, I'm seeing it on August 24th at the Brisbane premiere. I'm super excited for Candyman, as personally I adore the first film, and it's from Universal. So copyright shall be fun. Yeah, Universal. I don't miss seeing Universal films only because I know the copyright dangers that it brings. They are, you know what? I don't know if I shared the story before, but it happened this year. I got a screener back when we were still closed out. It was around March or something, or maybe April already, but I think it was March. I think the movie came out in April, but I saw it in March. So I had a screener for it. I got a review. It was the movie Voyagers. And in case you don't remember, Voyagers is from Lionsgate. Lionsgate did Voyagers. I got a copyright strike from Universal. Universal has literally nothing to do with Voyagers. They are not involved with this film whatsoever. Still got a copyright strike from them. And when I appealed, they said that whatever the bullshit reason was behind them, they have a valid claim to it. No, they don't. They have nothing to do with Voyagers. What the fuck are you talking about? It's a Lionsgate movie. The most frustrating copyright claim I've ever gotten. Anyway, I'm super excited for What If Marvel Zombies. Legit, those comics were my replacement dad as a kid, so I can't wait to see their episode. And you're with a lot of people, Patrick. You're with a lot of them. To me, Marvel Zombies was always the most interesting what if story, because I thought there's so much like they can do with these alternate worlds. But you know what? I'm loving What If so far, so maybe I'll love what they do with the zombies in the show. And Patrick says, thanks for the fantastic show, Ren. Amazing listening on my way to work. Starting my shift now, but I'll talk to you later, my friend. Thanks for the fantastic show, and hope you... Thank you so much, Patrick. And it seems like a perfect way to close out the show. Thank you for listening, and I guess next week we're having Patrick, everyone. I guess next week we're having him on the show, a guest. And thank you so much for everyone for watching. Thank you, Patrick, for the kind words. Thank you, Aaron, for creating a channel and coming to watch us and support us. Thank you to GeekOEP, to Movie Fan, to Eric Thorpe, Brian Wells, who else? Trailer Gamer, Dominician Scott. So many of you were here. Movies in Trade Studio, Movie Database, Tyler Van, also from Australia. I'll stay at Tyler Van's place. And Tyler probably didn't catch that conversation, so he's just very confused now. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching once more. The best damn movie-related show on the internet. And I'll have some news very soon. There's something I did this week that was really great that I cannot share yet. But I actually, and this is not the thing that I did, but I actually met John Roca this week. So that was something pretty cool because I'm a fan of his. I've been for a while and just happened to meet him. So yeah, that was pretty cool, and I'll share more of that very soon. This week, I'm watching Reminiscence on Monday. I will be able to give you my Twitter reactions to it, and that's it. But the review will also drop this week. And right now, I think that's it. The Night House apparently comes out on Friday over here on the UK, so I'll have a review for that. Obviously, Shaman King is back, so I'll also have a review for that. And stay tuned tomorrow, because I'm uploading a video of the 10 movies that I shockingly have not seen. You would think I have seen those movies as someone who talks about movies on the internet, but I have not seen certain movies that will shock you. And so I hope to see you in those. And guys, once more, thank you so much for a great show, because you are the ones that make this show great. And until the next one, love each other,